Mute me. Me. I shall take a drink of my whiskey.
Hey man, it's Kevin Smith.
Hey, this is Jay Music.
Hey, I'm Scott Snyder.
I'm Cena Grace.
Matt is shaking his head.
And you're listening to the Absolute Geek.
The Absolute Geek.
Absolute Geek.
Absolute Geek Podcast.
Check it out, Snoogans.
Hey man, it's Kevin Smith.
Hi, we're the Darks. Hi guys, it's Friday night in Phoenix. You're listening to the Absolute Geek Podcast.
Welcome everyone to the Absolute Geek Podcast. I am Matt.
I'm Stimulus Kyle.
I'm Brian.
And I'm not Corbin.
He's not Corbin.
Not Corbin.
Welcome, not Corbin. Stimulating
Good to see
the
you,
economy.
Tim.
Yeah, good. What's going on,
How
Tim?
you doing, brother?
Yes, same old, riding out the apocalypse.
As I open my first squirt of the night.
We're gonna have to have another intervention. Do I have to call up Mark Bunce again? Do we have
I
to bring
obviously
Mark Bunce back on?
don't think it worked.
I
So
don't think it did either. All your pleas from your family.
I never liked interventions. I always thought they did the exact opposite of what they're supposed to. How many people you know that have you ever pulled an intervention on somebody? How many people you know that you've done an intervention on, or you heard that's had an intervention that actually were like, okay, let's go do it, no problem? They probably just got super crazy pissed.
I've luckily never been part of an intervention. Or
I
had
have
to-
not either.
Had to do
Except
an
for your
intervention on
squirt
anybody.
one.
Yeah,
They always get pissed.
just the squirt one. Just the squirt one.
There's nothing wrong with squirting.
Nope, never.
You know it's a good day.
I think all the
Good job, sir. Good job.
I think all the cannabis kind of outweighs the bad effects of the squirt, so I'm doing okay.
Cannabis fixes everything.
Yep.
Except the
Including-
coronavirus.
Yeah, it does.
I mean,
No, I read an article that said the opposite.
Well, you said that smoking cannabis doesn't.
yeah, smoking-
Cannabis. What
yeah,
is the
smoking
main?
cannabis doesn't.
Yeah, smoking cannabis makes it worse, but not ingesting cannabis.
That's
What
why.
about
Because
That's what
what's
they're
the
saying.
word?
Combination with squirt.
Well, that's what they're saying, that like edibles are the most popular thing right now at dispensaries.
Yeah,
Um,
because they what's the main thing that cannabis does? It stops inflammation. So like inflammation is
It
the main.
makes shit cool.
Yeah,
That's what it does.
that too.
You'd be a lot
Especially-
cooler if you did.
When you smoke that shit rolled in fucking
Tobacco.
yeah, or laced with Rick Simpson oil and fucking dust on it, and
Keef.
they get real shitty, man. Real shitty. What's up, Greg? Greg Schoen in the house, boys.
Oh, hell yeah! What up, Greg?
So did you guys get your stimulus checks yet? Did you get your Trump bucks?
I got
I did.
stimulated.
Yeah.
The guy
Anybody buy a
went to
tiger?
pay a house payment.
You made a house payment? So you did the responsible thing, huh?
Yep.
You did the
A
responsible
full
thing.
house payment with that fucker.
I got to meet the dude in Tucson for my tiger.
Yeah, that's good.
Cheeto Jesus stimulated the shit out of me.
I mean,
I also got a nice little increase on my
Reefer?
my unemployment.
oh, you got the additional money,
600
did ya?
bucks.
Fucking A, I did.
There you go.
Brian's in the money. He's in the money.
Thank you, Honeywell, for trying to fuck me, and the judge was a cool lady.
There you go. So did any of you guys? You know, Brian made a house payment, but Kyle or Tim, did you guys buy anything interesting? Like the rest of America, did you buy some guns, some dildos, a tiger? You know, go crazy with those Trump bucks.
I've learned a very valuable lesson in this pandemic. Not to buy dumb shit. It's very easy just to minimally spend.
Greg says, I read the title of this one wrong. I read prostate instead of economy. Kyle stimulates the prostate.
Oh,
Nice.
There you go.
3 fingers. It's like, and then you take this, and then you curl your finger, and that's what gets it going in the prostate.
I like the smooth movements.
I'm looking for something stupid to spend mine on, but
The 2-finger cul-de-sac.
I'll probably run the Brian route and spend it on something more responsible.
No, you're not.
I will. Like new kitchen cabinets or
You know what everybody should spend their stimulus checks on?
tigers.
Buying comics from Kyle so he can buy a Volkswagen.
There you go.
Preferably 70, 71 squareback.
Not gonna go for a bus, huh?
I've already had one.
Yeah, but that's what you could pimp out and make it your little shaggin' wagon.
No.
No.
I want a grocery getter.
You want a grocery getter?
Kyle's got trophies already. He doesn't need a shagging wagon.
No.
Yeah.
I've proved that I've done it already. Twice.
I remember when you were first talking to me. You first told me that you always wanted one of those, and I was like, "Oh, let me see. I don't remember what those look like." And you showed me. I was like, "Those are badass, man. That would be a cool little project."
Yeah, it'd be fun. It'll be a nice little money pit.
There you go.
Tim gave me some great advice about buying a project car. He heard some great advice from a wise old man.
It never works.
What was your wise advice, Tim?
It becomes somebody else's project.
My old man was building one. He was building a he found an old bug that he broke down to the frame and was trying to rebuild, and with the engine and shit, he was like, it's too hard to get shit to line up and find right parts and stuff, and he ended up selling it. So maybe hopefully you have better luck.
Selling it's for quitters.
Yeah, probably. He ended up buying another motorcycle, and that shit was done and over at that point. So, what are you gonna do?
A lot of people are spending money on eBay. I know that's for sure.
Yeah, stimulating that economy, bro.
Yeah, people are spending
Well,
money.
what's that article that we read? The top things are what? Dildos,
Everybody
tigers,
wants
and
dildos.
stripper poles.
Dildos, guns, tigers, and stripper poles. Yep.
Dude, it sounds like a fucking party.
Yeah, I like that.
Now here's the golden opportunity. If only you could buy them all at one place, like one transaction, so you didn't have to pay multiple shipping.
Amazon will hook that shit up.
I think it's
Amazon doesn't sell
GW Zoo.
Yeah, the GW Zoo. That's where you got to go for that.
It's Tiger King Park now.
Is that what it is now?
Yeah.
So I got something funny to tell you. Actually, hold on. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Keep talking.
Brian bought a tiger. That's what he's tell you. He bought a tiger.
Dude, it would be so awesome.
I hope so.
If I knew somebody that bought a tiger.
My hat's off to the people that are really buying a tiger. I can't wait to hear the story about how that shit backfires on you.
Dude,
And-
I just
and
want to go hang out with it
so-
while it's still a little cub, and you can
Oh, you want to be part of the problem?
smack it
then, huh?
around and shit. You can smack it
You want to be part of the problem, huh?
and then pet it.
Yeah.
Like
Pete's
treat
gonna
it
be
like
all
sick
over us
balls.
now. There's that clip
man.
that's going to PETA. Kyle, I just want to get a baby tiger so I can smack it and then pet it. You're gonna have PETA. You're gonna have
I
that
already,
weird
I already
looking.
do that with my baby tiger.
You're gonna have that weird. Is that your code name for your penis? Is that is your baby
That
tiger?
baby tiger,
Yeah.
little guy. I'm gonna smack it, then I'm gonna pet you.
You're gonna have that weird looking dude from who looks like he had Down syndrome from the documentary that was from PETA on Joe's property coming after you now.
I've got 2 of the happiest guinea pigs on the planet. PETA cannot touch
That's
me.
right. You're the guinea pig prince.
I'm the guinea pig prince.
Guinea pig prince. So
All right. So I remember you guys talking about trying to find tiger
Dildos?
king stuff, right? So This is just something funny. The Unpressable guys did a reunion, a Pressable reunion the other night, and like it's funny how synchronicity happens, man. But you guys were talking about all that shit, and then this shit happens last night.
You bought a tiger.
Close. All right.
Look at the little tiger.
You found a
Can you
copy
hear
of
this?
this album, Synchronicity?
Yeah. No, I can't.
Hello. What? I'm doing a podcast, brother.
The man answers the phone live.
Wow.
Wow. Such a professional.
Don't worry about it.
Watch Brian on all his other podcasts. He just answers phones. That's gonna be
I
his
guarantee
next
he
gig.
does not answer the phone on any
Oh
of his
no,
other podcasts.
no, I'm sure.
He
Any
kept
of
on
them.
fucking calling, man. So I thought it was my brother. I thought it was a fucking emergency.
Your brother fucking lives with you.
He's not here.
Through the apocalypse.
Jimmy was all over fucking Joe Exotic, and I
Can you
gotta
hear it?
tell you,
Yeah.
Jimmy and I got some new fucking Joe Exotic merchandise.
Just wait.
Oh, hey, you guys think that that's the fucking? You think that's the tip of the iceberg?
Oh shit.
How about
Christ.
official vote Joseph Maldonado 2016 friendship? You guys think that
I want the
that
bumper
is
sticker.
the best thing
Just
for
wait.
America? It ain't.
Is that Trey?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Joe Exotic, president bumper
Bumper
sticker.
sticker.
Did he get the condom too?
That is the best I have.
He did.
You forget about the official Joe Exotic business card that he handed out. And how about some authentic Joe Exotic photographs?
Shout out to them for getting the authentic photographs.
He doesn't have a pair of the underwear or the condom, so his collection is incomplete.
And he's got to get the condom.
I was looking for the condom.
Were they selling?
They're on eBay. You can get them on
Yeah,
eBay.
he gets like $80 or something.
That's the most expensive condom you'll ever buy. $80. Who's fucking who in that standpoint? Jesus.
Joe wins every time.
Joe wins every time.
Everybody gets fucked in the long run.
That's true. I think
Like
that's
Carol.
that's the narrative of that fucking
Carol
documentary.
Baskin.
Goddamn Carol Baskin. It's all her fault. Did you
Everything's their fault.
guys watch the TMZ special on that?
Not
Yes,
yet.
I did.
So I gotta ask you, Kyle, does that change your opinion on everything?
Did you know, honestly, the one thing I'm super pissed about is all those motherfuckers have AirPods and I don't. Pisses me off. How the fuck did that goofy looking tiger zookeeper motherfucker, where the fuck did he get AirPods?
I think they sent them to him.
Everybody had them. Everybody. Fuck you guys. I don't even have a pair.
I bet you TMZ sent it to all of them.
Yeah. Fuck all you AirPods people.
No, it wasn't TMZ. That was Joe McHale.
Well, that one, but they had him on the TMZ one too, so I'm sure they sent it to him for good audio, so you didn't have terrible audio.
Pissed.
Rich bastards.
I'm watching it, and I'm getting madder and madder every time they talk to somebody. I'm like, she doesn't even have a fucking arm, but she's got two fucking AirPods. What the fuck?
I thought the Netflix Joe McHale one was stupid. I thought it was stupid and unnecessary, and really didn't bring anything new to light. But I think the TMZ one,
the
one,
Joe
definitely,
McHale one was just junk food for the brain.
Yeah, the TMZ one definitely reaffirmed my opinion that there's no doubt in my mind Carol Baskin killed her husband.
Oh, that woman straight killed her husband.
It changed my. Joe's a piece of shit. We kind of knew that from the documentary, but it just kind of reaffirmed my opinion that Joe's a piece of shit, but for the animal abuse, but he's catching a raw deal in the
That's
murder
it.
for
Just
hire
the
shit.
animal abuse was your tipping point.
Well, I mean, because they talk more about
the
it.
The meth is okay.
Well, because
the craziness is okay.
When I watched the documentary, the way it led to me to believe is that like these people were on Joe's side, and then when you watch the TMZ stuff, you kind of see where they stand, and like they don't. The documentary doesn't go to the level. They probably were
until they watched the Netflix series, and they're like, "We look like a bunch of fucksticks."
Yeah.
Yep. I agree. I think that's what happened.
We look like the biggest Oklahoma rednecks on the meth heads on the planet, and we need to distance ourselves from that.
Like, I think. Go ahead.
I was gonna just say, like, the TMZ one dove more into the animal abuse stuff and gave you more information on animal abuse to where the Netflix documentary didn't. So I think that's where my opinion on Joe kind of changed. Like at the end, I felt sorry for him. At the end of the documentary, I felt sorry for Joe. But now I don't. I think he got what he deserves as far as animal abuse goes because he's a piece of shit. But I think he's catching a raw deal with the murder for hire stuff.
I don't think he is.
I don't think he paid that dude to kill Carol.
I guarantee I guarantee that dude gave him a few $1,000, and the guy was a dumbass, and he was like, "Yeah." He was probably high on meth, and he was like, "Fuck it, I'm so high on meth, I have no conscience. You're gonna give me $3,000 to go kill someone? Fuck it, that's a lot of meth." And he got about 3/4 of the way, and he sobered up.
I think he just took his money,
and he was like, "Fuck this shit. I'm gonna go fucking do more meth. I'm gonna fucking hang out with strippers. I'm not gonna go fucking kill somebody."
Yeah. I think if he paid him, he was coerced to pay him or like roped into paying him by the Jeff Lowe dude.
Yeah, because it was all Jeff Lowe's idea to kill her, to use that guy and where to do it.
Yep.
Like Jeff Lowe's, how is he not in jail for accessory?
Yep.
You know?
Because he's a fucking rat. He's a snitch.
Yeah.
A fucking snitch. Tough guys always turn out to be the snitches, man.
Just like the jet ski guy.
Dude, I love that dude. He's fucking his fucked up haircut and his little tiny fucking life vest. That shit's awesome.
And I think it's funny how all these people became overnight celebrities, and none of them have really watched they all say, "Oh, I haven't watched the full documentary."
They're fucking liars.
I haven't watched the full documentary.
They're fucking liars. They watched every second of it and fucking soaked in the fame.
Yeah.
You know what? I got a little bit of fame, and then, hey, come on here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stir the pot. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
You know what, man? I get a little bit of famous. I'm going to tell everybody that you fucking abuse tigers, Matt. So if they call me back, I'm fucking you're abusing tigers.
Who was talking shit about him? Or who was talking shit?
All of them.
Really? Like even the
they're all like, we don't like Joe.
Yeah,
Joe was fucking, he was a shithead. Yeah. He was fucked up. We could barely tolerate him. We were,
The only one who kind of remains loyal is Saf, the chick who lost her arm.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
That chick lost her arm, came back to work, and still is kind of like, look, I don't think, Joe got what he deserved for the animal abuse, but I don't think he should have the murder for hire thing. And she still kind of feels loyal to him a little bit. But the rest of them,
ride or die, dude.
Yeah, the rest of them straight up rolled over on him.
Dude, it was awesome.
Even his husband?
Yeah, his first husband, they all testified against him. Yeah.
I like how he made a point to show off his new teeth.
Yeah.
Does he have new teeth?
Yeah, he sure does.
He's got new teeth. And he was wearing a shirt.
Yeah.
Because he got so much shit about his fucking shitty tattoos. Oh, my tattoo artist is getting fucking so many threats for my shitty tattoos.
Yeah.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
That's what happens when you get a bunch of tweaker tattoos, dude.
Yeah.
What's the truth, man? I mean, were the animals that the animal
somewhere in between everything that we said,
right? Were they sick?
Yeah, you don't ever know. Yeah.
You don't know. It's like, was he trying to do the right thing? Because when you watch it at the beginning, it seems like he's a guy that really loves the animals, and then he realizes the animals can get him fame, and he always wanted to be famous, and he rides this rail to the point to where when somebody's trying to take everything from him, it just takes him down in the dumps.
Yep. It's just a spiral.
Yeah. So it's who knows, man. It's
That's a great point.
I would love to know.
It's a weird kind of form of poetic justice that the dude spent so much of his life trying to get so famous. And right now, during the coronavirus, he is the most famous person in the world, and he's behind bars and he can't enjoy any of it.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be the most famous person.
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
You're getting there.
One shirt at a time.
One shirt at a time. Speaking of that, if you guys want to support the show and get the Kyle No Sir, That's an Incorrect Statement shirt, the link to our Etsy store is actually in the description.
If you want to bypass that and pay a little bit less, just message me.
There you go. There you go.
I'm just joking.
But
it's like the Walmart meat truck.
Yeah.
Dude.
But it's free.
I'd be so pissed if I had one of those pizzas.
Right? Or have you?
I haven't. I have not had a Joe Tiger pizza. I can honestly
They're gonna start selling Joe Exotic frozen pizzas.
I would buy one.
Get a frozen pizza from the GW Zoo.
With expired meat.
With expired meat, yep.
As long as it comes with a roll of toilet paper.
Dude.
To clean up afterwards. But did you feel differently about it after the TMZ stuff, Kyle? No?
They just didn't dive in as to the Carol stuff. I wish they would they uncovered a lot more. I was hoping that they were it was tipping towards something, but they threw out a few facts and I'm getting text messages for shirts. I was hoping they were going to go more on that end.
And answering text messages during a fucking podcast.
Says the guy who answers his phone.
That's why they said that, asshole.
See, the difference is I do it all the time on the show, and you don't do it on any other show but this one.
Irony, man. Irony.
The only thing
you want to call it.
The other thing that the TMZ thing did for me is I don't think she acted alone. I wouldn't be surprised if her and that.
Don't they say every murder involves more than one person?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if her and his secretary or assistant lady were both in on it.
More than one tiger. Every murder involves more than one tiger.
But that's cool that they're reopening the investigation, and we'll see what happens with that.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
But other
He's in Costa Rica.
Sad news today. San Diego Comic-Con officially was canceled.
Oh boy,
Tim's gonna take a phone call.
Just leave it on the fucking porch like I told you.
You were so wrong.
I was so wrong.
You were so wrong.
You knew they were going to.
Yes, I know.
And I knew you were just hoping that it wasn't, but California, no offense to anyone because of California, but California is a little more progressive about things like that. And I knew that they weren't going to just be you know what? Fuck it.
They're kind of being the stricter ones on it, where their governor's we're not reopening things like that, mass crowds until we have a vaccine.
That's what I'm saying. For that they're a little more progressive. Here, I was talking to Chuck the other day. I was sitting in a parking lot the other day talking to him because it was real weird. He had found toilet paper for me, and you drop it off, and he was give it to me in a parking lot. It almost felt like a drug deal. It was really weird. It felt weird to get toilet paper, and I give him cash, and I look around, and I throw it in my trunk. But but you're just you sit in the parking lot. I was in this parking lot of a grocery store talking to him, and it was except for everybody wearing a mask, I wouldn't be able to tell. I wouldn't be able to tell that there was something going on. There's just so many people everywhere still here out and about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the weird thing is that weird shit at the grocery stores have been gone. You know what I mean? Like a certain style of top ramen I haven't been able to find at all. Stupid shit. You know what I mean?
If you're able to find any, good for you, because I haven't seen top ramen in my Walmart for weeks since all this started.
I've seen top ramen.
I've seen top ramen, but I mean it's weird shit. There's a certain type that I always get.
Shrimp.
I like the yakisoba noodles. So I get the yakisoba noodle. Anyways, like certain types of yogurt, all fucking not like teepee. Like still, why are people still going crazy about fucking teepee? Just a lot of weird shit that I wouldn't expect people to. Ice cream, like there is fucking. I haven't seen a fucking Jamocha almond fudge ice cream in a month, man. Like I'm a stoner fat man that's struggling in quarantine without my ice cream.
Right?
I'm gonna go crazy.
I found TP in Walmart last week for the first time, or TP and paper towel at Walmart for the first time last week in a few weeks. So that's good. But yeah, it's headphones.
But we were just sitting there though, like in the parking lot, and the parking lot's packed. And there's so many people shopping, and it's just, and I get it. It's one of those necessity things that you got to go to the store and stuff. But like, I don't know, you just go everywhere. Like, like the other day I went to try to go get canes. There's fucking 50 cars in line. Like everybody's just still out and about doing stuff here.
Yeah.
Like, like you see the numbers increasing here. You see everything going up, and it's like, I see why, because everybody's just kind of going about their day still. I think I take it a lot of people here in Arizona aren't truly taking it seriously. Like, I think most people are just kind of doing everything normal, like
as normal as you can, yeah, I guess, without other things being open. But you're right, the drive-throughs are packed, but that's what they're telling people. They're telling you to get out and go to drive-through for foods and support local businesses, and they're not really shutting things down to enforce that whole stay-at-home thing.
And I don't think it's just Arizona. I think it's like that everywhere, man. I mean, I'm sure it's the same way with Tim, where Tim's at. Same fucking thing. Just people. There's a lot of people still out there.
Anywhere you go, it's like I know you guys are on work from home or whatever, but I still have to go to work. And in the afternoons when I come home, yeah, the grocery stores are open. When I go to work in the morning, they're closed. But when I come home in the afternoon, the grocery store, like the parking lot, is packed, completely packed. Everything is completely packed. If I have to make a run to Walmart, it's nut to butt, the entire store. Like everybody is just in there. And it makes no sense whatsoever.
You know what really fucking pisses me off?
No top ramen.
When you're
no Jamocha fudge ice cream.
Yeah, I've already said both of those, but another thing that really fucking pisses me off is like the people that walk around with the big carts that are putting food in the bins for people that are getting like delivery service.
Oh yeah.
Dude, there's more. There, like every aisle you go down is one of those motherfuckers with that big, huge cart, and they won't move. The aisles are fucking already packed, and those motherfuckers are walking around with their big ass carts. That's annoying as hell, man. That shit's got to end.
Well, I was saying that the other day. I went to Walmart grocery shopping for the week, and you've got two employees stocking the shelves, but they're right next to each other. And like you have to get around them. They won't move. They're sitting there bullshitting, and you have to get around them to get what you want. So where's the social distancing in that? It's social distancing is ridiculous.
Yeah,
like it's not working.
And I went it was funny because I went to Walmart the other day, and it was the first time since like this first started where there was a shit ton of people there, more than normal, and they were doing like you were talking, Matt, no worries about social distancing, anything. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then I realized people started getting their checks.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's crazy again.
You got to get them dildos and them tigers and them stripper poles.
Yep.
And there needs to be a one-stop shop, though.
But
dildos, tigers, stripper poles, and guns.
Tim Mart.
In the same place.
So kind of what Kyle predicted last week when we talked about this is that they're going to you can either get a refund or they're going to transfer your 2020 tickets over to 2021.
I figured that's what they were going to do.
The governor of California has said that he doesn't foresee any mass gatherings for 2020 or 2021.
I think it should be like that across the board.
So
let this shit fizzle out. Because you know what's going to happen is hey, okay, all of a sudden, March 1st or May 1st, everybody go out, go back to what you're doing. Well, it's not
good.
Yeah, so everybody's going to crowd back in places. All it's going to do is just spike. They have to cut out, like they have to stop the cut. And trust me, I hate it. But those huge gatherings of concerts and cons and shit like that, it needs to chill out for a minute. It really does. As much as I hate to say it, but if we just start crowding everybody again, what's going to happen? I mean, you just got done saying nobody social distances, but you know what? Oh, in 12 days it'll be okay, and we'll just
I know
we could just gather again. It's I don't know.
But say, let me ask you this, position it this way. Say we're coming up to 2021, the cases are lower, things are getting back to normal, but since there's still no vaccination or there's no herd immunity, the governor of California won't let them have San Diego Comic-Con. Do you see San Diego Comic-Con International moving that convention to a different location?
No, absolutely not.
Because they've moved WonderCon before. So
not after they lost the Chargers. Hell no.
They did it once and they didn't like it and they moved it back.
Yeah.
Well,
so you don't
WonderCon is WonderCon. San Diego Comic-Con is San Diego Comic-Con.
Dude, WonderCon is dope though.
Because I know they were talking when they were fighting with the convention center to make renovations and expand. They were talking about leaving and going to Vegas. So you
do that. You do that though. That's how you
don't see that if the governor.
That's how you be the squeaky wheel.
So you don't see the governor of California saying no, we're not doing it, and then saying okay, well we need this and make money, so we're going to move it somewhere else, like Vegas.
No. I mean it would be the same thing. Like you wouldn't see Baltimore Comic-Con move somewhere other than Baltimore.
Yeah,
I just think that's where it is. I think anytime they talk about it, I just think it's it's just like the Diamondbacks here. You know, we're gonna move if you don't do the renovations. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna have to figure something out.
But on the flip side of that, they're talking about bringing every major MLB team to play in Arizona.
Won't happen.
That doesn't even make sense because, like, from what I've seen here and there, who knows what anything is going on anymore, but they're saying that temperature and weather doesn't make a difference.
See, I saw the exact opposite today.
I did too.
I saw a thing that said the sun significantly decreases its effectivity.
So what at this point, who knows anything anymore?
You're right.
It just depends on the day and what they say.
Yeah.
It's it is 2 weeks ago. Absolutely, you have no need to wear a mask, and now we're put a cloth over your face, whatever. Nobody knows what the hell is going on. All we know is stay in your damn house and try not to get sick.
See, like I disagree with what Chad just said with this. Because he was saying we should gather and everybody should get sick. But the problem is there's too many people that can't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it doesn't work like chicken pox. Like where
that they know of.
Yeah, where you
can't ever catch it again. Yeah.
Yeah, or you take everybody. Oh well, Steve has chicken pox. We'll take everybody over there for a sleepover, and we'll go ahead and get this shit over with. And it doesn't work like that they say, and it doesn't. They say nobody's immune to it, but I don't believe that's the case.
I am.
Well, why are they searching for people with antibodies then?
I don't know, because last week it was different than this week.
But now they're saying that there's cases where people are getting it more than once. So the antibody thing isn't even certain.
But are they getting it or are they carrying it? Like actual getting it?
Yeah, though they're saying they've got cases where people are coming down with it again. They've caught it twice. So,
I did that with chicken pox.
You got chicken pox twice?
What?
You actually got chicken pox twice, or are you just bullshitting?
No, I've had chicken pox twice. I got it twice.
Yeah, some people can get it twice.
Which means I'll probably be an old motherfucker with shingles. I'll be pissed.
Dude, I had shingles.
Old ass man with shingles in my butthole. It'll fucking suck.
I wouldn't go that far, but
You just blew my mind. You can get butthole shingles.
yeah, I was about to say what?
Butthole shingles. Butthole shingles.
I think those are just hemorrhoids, bro.
Oh, fuck.
That's-
Then I'm
that's
screwed.
Most terrifying thing
That's
I've
what
ever
that
heard.
thing that's hanging out.
Is hemorrhoids?
Yeah, it is terrifying.
Butthole shingles.
All I know is I'm sad, and that officially has made 2020 a wash for me.
Yeah, just everybody's kind of got 2020 being a wash.
But we knew it was actually going to happen.
Yeah, I prayed.
Very confusing that you brought up San Diego
And
Comic-Con
to show that
canceled,
prayer doesn't work.
No, right.
and then we end up talking about butthole shingles.
That's the kind of content you get here on Absolute Geek. You don't get that anywhere else, right?
You don't get that boring fucking nerd talk everywhere else. Nope, you come here for the fucking fun shit.
Yeah. You come here for the weird transitions from San Diego Comic-Con to butthole shingles.
Well, who wants to listen to a boring ass nerd show? Fucking nobody.
Wait, show?
Even if any show.
Are we recording?
Yeah,
Who is this?
I figured they would go digital with it, like they're gonna do with WonderCon, but I think that they're not getting the interest they thought they would with that, so they were just like,
Nobody gives a fuck about Digital Con.
Yeah.
No, I think
Ooh.
Jesse tried that.
It doesn't work. Hey, will you sign this? I can't. I'm on a goddamn computer.
So
That's
then
what happens.
speculation shift for us shifts over to Phoenix Fan Fusion in September. Do you think they cancel that?
Yes.
Don't think in September?
I
Right
think
at the beginning of cold and flu season again, yes.
I don't know.
I think that we're going to be screwed for a long time with this disease. I think it's going to be something we deal with every year. We're going to have to probably do something like this for years to come.
Oh, dude, social distancing is going to be a thing. I love it, man. Stay the fuck away from me. I've been telling people that for a long time.
Yes.
Now they have to. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
Don't leave your house. Fucking A-okay, sir. Stay away from people. Fuck yeah, I will.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I get dirty looks in the grocery store or whatever because somebody creeps up on me in line and they're like bumping into me. And I'm like, really, man? Do you like want a fucking piggyback ride or something? Like, do you really need to be like all on top of me like that?
Yeah.
I usually just tell people, we should talk on the phone first before you get on me. Take me to dinner.
Yeah, right. Someone buy me dinner first. Grizzle
Wine
Geek
me and
says
dine me
no.
before you fuck me.
Grizzle Geek says they're willing to bet that there's no fan fusion this year.
I think they're going to cancel. I honestly think all huge gatherings should be put on hold until until something is truly figured out.
Andy says, "Is that one of the nights one of the stripper nights at Rip Stanks Butthole Shingles Night?"
Oh, now it is, Andy. You better have that fucking bottle of fucking tequila out too.
There you go.
I think anybody that opposes the fan fusion should go ahead and take a bet. And Mike from Grizzle Geek and whoever opposes it should have some sort of wager that takes place on the show.
I'm not betting wagers on this show. I did my part. I'm good. I'm good. I've done
You're walking away from that one.
I've done my due diligence. I'm good. I held up my end of the bet. I'm solid. I've learned my lesson. I learned my lesson.
You learned how to fish.
I wouldn't have done it anyways. I would have shirked on that.
You know, I don't know. Good on San Diego though for willing to give refunds and carry tickets over.
Dude, as they should. Ticketmaster should be giving us fucking refunds. Like the bullshit that they have pulled in this last week.
I heard that they're giving refunds for some bands
They are
though.
not, unless the band management has officially called it canceled. They are not giving you your money back.
Because,
Geek said I was told not to expose myself anymore.
So, like Rage Against the Machine, it is to be announced now, and you cannot get your money back. That concert was a month ago.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Ticketmaster. And so earlier this week they came out and Ticketmaster was like, they were like, no refunds, no nothing, fuck off. And they got this backlash and they came back and they were like, well, and that's when they started being like, we really can't because of the funds, and we can't really technically give anybody money back until it says canceled because, it's, they did, and it's like they really put their foot in their mouth.
You ready for an update? Yeah. 7 hours ago, Ticketmaster preparing refund plan for thousands of postponed shows.
Thank God.
That's probably because they caught so much backlash from it.
Dude, they caught so much shit from it. But I went on the Ticketmaster, and this is what pissed me off yesterday's. So I went on I read this kind of stuff, and I read on Ticketmaster. So what it says is, so when you come on to Ticketmaster and you go, my tickets, this thing pops up and it says, learn about ticket refunds. Click here. So you click here. And you click here, and it just takes you to your own tickets. It just keep now you open it up in a browser. So then I go to my computer and I do it. Doesn't do shit.
It says,
just take me back to my tickets.
It says starting May 1st, fans who bought tickets for shows that have been postponed will begin receiving emails from Ticketmaster with the concert's new dates and the option to initiate a refund, including the ticket price and all fees.
Fans, they should have done this in the beginning.
Fans will have 30 days to request a refund. Otherwise, their ticket will be good for the rescheduled show.
Dude, fuck that shit. Give me my money back. Dude, my credit card debt would be at 0.
It's crazy. You got to think about all the amount of money, like hotels and everything, just lost today alone from them announcing the calendar.
Well, like I called the hotel. I was like, "Hello, San Diego Comic-Con was canceled. I'd like to cancel my hotel, please." Oh, can we get your name? My name is Kyle. Kyle the Awesome.
Kyle the Guinea Pig Prince.
Kyle the Guinea Pig Prince. I have a hotel room that I'm getting on the 21st of July. Oh, we see you in the system. Oh, we can't give you a refund. Why the fuck not? Oh, you bought your ticket through somewhere else. What do you mean? What does that mean? I clicked on a website. I clicked your hotel. I paid you money. I want my money back. Now you got to call this phone number and talk to them about getting your money back. Fuck off.
So you didn't get it back?
No, I haven't yet. No.
Well, I mean, that depends. Did you buy it through like Expedia or somewhere like that?
I bought it through Priceline. I didn't know that though. I had no idea.
Oh, really? But I mean, you the way that crap works, man, you can't expect the hotel to actually know what's going on with that because there's so much of that stuff out there.
They saw my reservation. My name was in the system.
They did, but the transaction didn't take place through them. I
ran into my fucking money.
Well, yes, they did, but Priceline got their money too, and they're like the third party.
Fuck Priceline.
I ran into that before with different things where like you reserve a room through that, and it's supposed to be like a certain type of room or whatever, and then you show up at the hotel and they're like, "Oh, well, we don't know this, that, and other or whatever because you did it through, cheaphotels.org."
So my advice to everybody is fuck those websites. They're like fucking clown shoes.
Ooh.
Don't use Priceline. Don't use Expedia. Fuck them all. Go straight to the hotel and do it.
See, I booked mine through Travelocity and I had no problem. 2 clicks, my reservation was canceled.
Dude, I had to call and when I called Priceline, they were like, "Do you really want to cancel this reservation?" Yes. Are you sure you want to cancel this reservation? Yes. Are you really, really sure do you want to cancel this reservation? Yes. We have to ask you one more time. Do you want to cancel this reservation? Yes. Do you really want to? Dude, I said yes like 10 times.
Dude, Erica in the chat says, I spent $1,400 on Ticketmaster in December and January to all these shows, and then this happens. I'm over it. I just want my money back. $1,400.
Dude, I spent what? $300 for Rage. I spent $300 for Five Finger Death Punch. I spent
$300 for Five Finger Death Punch?
2 pit tickets.
$300 for the NASCAR medal.
You
Yeah.
should be able to, like,
They're badass.
Tour
Dude.
bus
I don't
for
give a fuck. Five Finger Death Punch is fucking badass.
you should have been able to write one of the songs with them for $300.
Right.
Fucking goddamn right I should have. Dude, their lyrics, man, I'm like, dude, I have felt that exact way. Like,
I'm gonna go find some fucked up Five Finger Death Punch lyrics.
Ivan fucking, dude, I think I've had conversations with that guy. He wrote songs about shit that I've told him.
I'm the same way with Justin Bieber, man.
I'm not surprised. That
Dude,
book-
the person I used to work with,
I felt all his lyrics.
she had gotten front row tickets to her for her daughter and her daughter's friend for Justin Bieber. Guess how much those motherfuckers were?
I hope they weren't as much as mine.
What?
1,000
It was more.
for how many tickets?
2.
Wow. Second, it's probably got on the secondary market.
No,
right?
she got him. I gave her a pre-sale code.
Wow.
You know, you can go on and you can find the pre-sale code. She went on and got the pre-sale code, bought her fucking front row tickets to Justin Bieber, and then it canceled.
I can't say it for 100%. I mean, allegedly, those tickets cost like $1,600 a piece for Justin.
You don't
Bieber.
have to say allegedly on this show.
Andy,
asking for a friend.
Andy says I'd pay $300 for 30 Seconds to Mars, but not Five Finger Death Punch.
Dude, they're fucking badass. I would pay $300 to be close to Jared Leto too.
Only if he says damage on his forehead.
Even
Then
if
I
it
would
doesn't.
say
Even if it said hi. Even if it said Kyle. It doesn't matter.
No, it's got to say damaged, and he's got to have the gold teeth. Then I would pay $300 a ticket.
I'm gonna have to let Nubia Stimson know that she just made an incorrect statement.
They do suck. She made a correct statement. But
Dude, they're awesome.
They were badass.
It was funny the other day. I was listening to Five Finger Death Punch at work, and I was like, and I went back, and I heard my son screaming at the video games, and I walked in there, and I was like, man, Five Finger Death Punch is bad. I said, yeah. She said, yeah, you and every other Kyle think that after you drink a couple monsters. He's like, just go back out there and break some drywall. I was like,
your own son hit you with the
I
meme,
said,
huh?
I said, I'm gonna take your fucking computer away.
Your own son hit you with the meme.
He did. He
That's
fucking.
funny.
Now it's
So-
time to.
So I shut
throttle.
his internet off.
Yeah. No, don't shut it off. Don't shut it off completely. You got to throttle it.
Yeah, just throttle it.
It's
Yeah.
way better just to shut it off because then you hear the door open.
No, you
Dad, something's wrong with the internet.
turn it way down, and he complains about lag all day while he's getting killed.
That's when you're just
Damn
like, call Cox. Don't come to me. What do you want me to do about it?
Get a job and buy your own fucking internet.
Right.
Just make sure to pay your bill on time, or they'll cut off your cocks.
Why'd they
That
cut
won't
you
happen
off?
to you, baby tiger.
No, they'll. You didn't get that? Come on, dude.
I got it.
I got you. You're talking.
Zoom.
I got it. But so I mean, they're saying the same thing about New York and stuff too, like New York, New Jersey. They're saying don't expect they're not going to open beaches this summer. All summer 4th of July festivities are canceled, so it's crazy. Crazy time.
Florida's opening beaches already.
Yeah, well, that's Florida. We know the kind of things that come out of Florida.
I'm just saying.
Florida.
I'm gonna. Where is our admins blocking these people with these shitty comments?
That Five Finger Death Punch sucks. I think she gets the majority of the agreement.
You don't get an option for everything, man. For opinion, you don't get an option. Only if it's deemed offensive by YouTube.
There you go. Can't block her. Can't do it.
Can't do it.
So
I can block her.
But out of all this craziness that's going on right now, there is still, and you always gotta want to press light on the good things that are going on. some people are still being charitable. Donny Cates, even though he's kind of getting the reputation of the bad boy of comics and been catching shit for shooting his mouth off about digital comics and shit like that. Donny Cates has come out and it's come out that he's actually paid off all of the subscription boxes for a couple comic shop pull lists for people.
He did it for his comic shop.
Yeah, there you go. But still,
Uno.
that's
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I heard Brian did that to Drawn to Comics
Twice.
From all his podcasting monies.
Twice. I
I
did
did
twice.
from all his shows.
I did it twice.
I appreciate my last round of books, Brian.
Yeah, it's all good, dude. I'm just that type of dude.
Hey man, somebody's got to help out.
As he takes that dragon pride. Takes that dragon pride. But that's cool that he did that. But
We looking at Tim.
I got some fun stuff to talk about after when I come back from the Hot 10. I get some fun stuff to talk about. I want to talk about Justice League Dark. Did you guys hear about Justice League Dark?
no.
Mm-mm.
They're making it. It's
Is Guillermo del Toro directing it?
nope. Look it up. It just came out yesterday. They're going forward with it. So
If Del Toro is not attached, I'm not interested.
but yeah, so that's coming. So that's actually some news that kicked up the speculation market, and of course, we've got a lot of Justice League Dark going on.
This is fun. Watch it. She's coming to get you, dude.
I know.
She's coming to get you.
I'll be asleep.
That's cool though. Hopefully you guys got some good stuff on the Hot 10 this week.
Yeah.
Are you on the Hot 10 this week?
Yeah, I'm gonna go knock it out real quick.
Hey, why don't you just let us multicast it? Again, we'll just sit quiet this time, and you guys could just do the whole thing.
You're more than what? We can do that.
Don't need to
Will Ben and them care? What?
I don't know who's gonna be there. Let's go. Let me see who's gonna be there.
Yeah, go check it out.
We don't need.
I
to
think it's cool to do it
multicast
at the
again.
same time. I think it's what?
You want to multicast it again?
I thought it was awesome. Because all you do is just bring it up on the screen again, and everybody gets to see it, right?
Yeah.
It'd be cool to have everybody else's input on it and a whole nother set of crowd watching it.
Mike from Grizzle Geek says we should do a virtual Comic-Con this summer, all AZ Nerdcast, like 72 hours of live swapping off between
God
shows.
damn it, I can't mute anybody.
We could have live callers and
Here, I'm
do
gonna
our
do
dating
this.
show, game show virtually. There you go. Who are you trying to block now?
I was gonna block that comment.
Mike from Grizzle Geek?
Yeah.
Why? It's messed up. Don't
Nobody
block.
wants to do a virtual con.
Don't silence his voice.
Like,
I love his voice.
let's talk
It's
about that.
great.
What would make a virtual con fun? Like, is there
Actually
anything-
going.
Well, different things to different people. If you're into like Hall H panels and shit, you can do that virtually. That's
Yeah, but that's
fine,
the only thing that would make it cool is it would just be if it was interviews, but then it's not a con. It's
No, yeah.
You're just watching something on.
You're essentially watching a
live.
TED talk. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool to go in and watch. They do Hall H. They have everybody come out and they have all these actors come out and do it, and it's live and everybody gets to watch it. That would be cool. But like the con itself, like what would you really do? Like, so you have all these vendors set up, and like you have a guy walking around with the camera going.
Well, no, so it wouldn't be like that. They would be.
You want to buy one of these?
Yeah, they're gonna do their like WonderCon. They're gonna do their panels, live stream their
But that's
panels.
not a con though.
Then they have like the links to the vendors where you can go buy their vendors and buy their exclusives and stuff like that.
So they're gonna attach an eBay link.
Yeah, right. What was that, Tim?
Wasn't that last weekend?
I believe so.
Easter weekend, yeah.
Yeah, because I actually did some virtual panels for WonderCon last weekend.
Look
At least one.
Get the fuck out of here.
You need to get the fuck out.
He's calling your bull. He's calling your bullshit.
calling your card.
He's telling you bullshitting.
No,
Bullshit.
not at all. 100% serious on
The
that.
awkward silence was awesome.
What'd you do for Chopper?
Just the fact that you
Yeah.
questioned him. What the fuck do you mean?
Yeah,
Are you talking about?
It was droid stuff. A bunch of people that built droids for Lucasfilm for the movies that were supposed to be there did a panel online that I attended.
Was there a lot of people watching it?
I wouldn't say a lot. There was, I mean, not as many.
Point proven.
Yeah, I mean, not as many as probably was there to begin. Would have been there if it actually happened in person.
Yeah, it would have been a packed house if it would have been live.
Right. But at the same time, it was recorded. So you didn't have to be there to be able to witness it like you normally would have. You could watch it at whatever time at your leisure.
Yeah, but that's not fun either. Because what happens with the Q&A then? Was there a Q&A? Hey, Fred, do you have a question? I have a question.
Well, I mean,
how long did it take you to make that droid?
You could still do a Q&A, like if you do it through Zoom. Like if we wanted to do a show like what Mike from Grizzle Geek's talking about, where we do that kind of stuff. If you use like Zoom or if you pay for StreamYard, and you can bring people in and out, so they can ping you and say, I have a question, and you pull them into the chat, and then you remove them, or anything like that, or they call in and then you can remove
Whatever,
them.
Brian.
So you can have ways to do Q&As. Like there's ways around it.
Oh, Brian, I'm going to pretend like I'm going to invite you guys, and then I'm going to leave. I'm Brian.
Hey, he already answers the phone on the show. We already know that he's more important than the rest of us, all right?
Hey, Brian, thanks for fucking bailing on us. Am I talking to you on the show? Yeah, because you bailed. No. Yeah. No. What? No. Yeah. Okay. Bye.
That was stunning conversation. Stimulating.
That's all I know how to have.
But let's see what else here.
Joe, I have to tell one quick story before we get anything else.
Go ahead.
So Underdog.
No, McClay. I can't come to the hot 10. I'm busy with these assholes still. All right. Yeah, man. Fuck you too. Sorry, guys.
So I follow Underdog on Instagram. And he posted something. He posted a couple things. And I think he thinks I'm fucking with him. And I just want to clear the air that I'm not fucking with him. So he posted this bread and it had like dyed Easter eggs in it. And I've never seen that in my life.
Oh,
and I was like,
what do they call that? Got you. Sorry.
What's it called?
Yeah, there's like I can't remember what it is. There's a name for it.
Yeah. And I was like, I'd never seen it. And then he did like fried corn batter.
Isn't that just called cornbread?
No, it's like and he puts it in a fryer and it's like fry. I don't know what it really was. And I was like, what is that? And he's like, now I think you're messing with me. And there are two foods that I've never seen in my life. But I'm a simple food guy. Like I'm in a box of food and I don't venture out of it. But I just wanted to tell you, Underdog, that I wasn't fucking with you. I've never seen your food before. I think it's crazy. Interesting. That's why I had to comment. Are you friends with him on Instagram?
Like this?
No.
Yes.
Corn fritters. He said corn fritters. Oh, okay. Corn fritters.
Yes. What the fuck is a corn fritter? Deep fried corn batter mix? I don't know. It looked good. Don't get me wrong. The bread with the dyed Easter eggs in it, does it still have the shells on it? Do you eat the shells? Like, I don't. Does everybody get their own piece of bread with?
I thought you were pulling up. What are those things?
I have no idea what they are. I didn't know what they are, but I'm not messing with it. I've never seen them before. Like,
yeah, I've never seen that either.
Do those have shells on them? Like, are you dyeing the actual white of the egg that you eat? Like, what is that? What's going on with that? What are those? Corn fritters. Never heard of them. Don't know what they are. But I wasn't fucking with you.
Apparently, Kyle pissed somebody off, huh?
No, he's like, he just said, I think you're fucking with me, or I think you're messing with me right now, and I'm not.
He said, yeah, you bake it with the shell in it.
So do you eat it with the shells on it, or do you have to like take it out of the bread and then like
You probably take it
de-shell
out
it?
of the bread and de-shell it, yeah.
It's a lot of work to eat bread.
So Loki says if it's not on a stick, I can't trust it.
Dude, I'm kind of stepping in what you're dropping.
That's what
But I just want to give a shout out. I don't try to be the only person I try to be a dick to is Matt. I don't try to be a dick to anybody else.
I don't believe that, Chad. I don't believe that at all, Chad. You can't get pizza on a stick.
Oh, burn. That burns on fucking tour.
You can get everything. Burns on tour. I've never heard that one before. That's a good
That
one.
tour is canceled and Ticketmaster won't give you a refund.
Damn, never heard of that burns on tour before.
Hey, you guys, I'm gonna do the hot 10. You guys want to be on it?
Sour grapes, Kyle. Sour grapes. Tom McFarlane says he blames himself for the Spawn screenplay not selling.
I mean, so what did he say? Like, he didn't try hard enough? He didn't, like, what did he actually say?
He didn't Todd hard enough.
Yeah, he didn't.
Or did you not read it and you're just reading it?
He didn't Todd father it hard enough.
I don't know. I have to look up the article. I can't remember what article it was.
He said that he basically said that it's his fault because he feels like he didn't write a screenplay that matters. He said, I wrote the first draft of the screenplay. If I'd done my job and written a screenplay that mattered, that would have sold it. I'm capable on that to start with. So he's basically saying because he feels like he wrote a piss poor first version that he's failed the project.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with, lots of things get revisions, Todd. Bring it to me. I'll help you revise it. We will put this up to standard, something that Jamie Foxx would be fucking proud to be in.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I can't picture Todd writing that bad of a script.
Well, I think there's more that goes into play with it though too, because you got to look at like this is his first time getting into that venture of script writing and screenplay writing, and
didn't he help write the first Spawn script
and all of that? I don't know. Did he? I don't know if he did.
And even if he did or didn't, that wasn't that bad of a movie, in all honesty, considering the time it was put out in.
Yeah,
I can't imagine it being like he's a good writer. Like
he's a good inker too, but he's made mistakes.
I mean, nobody's perfect. I mean, it couldn't be that bad. Everything could use revisions. I mean, it's part of it. They adapt things and they change it, and that's part of it. But I just couldn't imagine like here I'm Todd McFarlane. Here's this pile of shit. Do you want to buy it? I just don't see that. For his passion and his love for comics and for Spawn and for writing, I just don't see him doing that.
Well, I mean, he had Jamie Foxx and Jeremy Renner attached to it, so like he had some big names attached to it too. But I just think
I can't see it being a shitty script.
I just don't think people are getting his vision of it, where he wanted the Spawn to be an entity, and you don't actually ever really see him. You know, he wanted Spawn to be that background entity kind of thing.
Dude, it worked with the fucking Bird Box or whatever it's called movie.
Yeah,
Sandra Bullock pulled it off. We never seen that goddamn thing in the whole movie.
Yeah, but she pulled it off for Netflix. And so Netflix revenues are hard to gauge because you have subscribers and you have non-subscribers. And without Netflix, you can't see the movie.
And half of us are non-subscribers.
Right. And I wouldn't say half of us are non-subscribers. I would say a quarter of us are non-subscribers, but half of us pay for it.
Yeah.
Because so many people share accounts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, I made a bad joke, Tim.
They're more profitable right now than Disney. So,
I'm more profitable than Disney right now.
They are, but their business model is different, so that's not a fair comparison.
well, and I don't see that lasting. I think once all this
You don't
lifts
come
and-
here for the facts, Tim. You
Yeah,
come
that's
here
where you go to Grizzle
entertain.
Geek. You go to Grizzle
Quit
Geek for that.
shitting on what we're saying.
I'm sorry.
If you want the facts, you go to Grizzle Geek.
If you want to come have a good time, you come here. Yes, put yourself in timeout.
He's got to go do the hot 10 with Brian. But I don't know. I just
You're not going to come play with my other friends. on the
Yes.
Hot 10.
Solo Wookie said, I thought he said he wouldn't give enough. He wanted his Spawn, not shitty Hollywood. He said that if he would do whatever it takes to get Spawn made, even if it came down
Tim,
to
come
making
back,
it himself.
please.
But I don't think I don't know. It's weird he's saying that he feels like it's his fault, and it doesn't sound like the project is going to move forward. So hopefully it does.
I bet you he figured he started a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it with or without you, fucking Hollywood. Fuck you, Hollywood, and fuck you, Ticketmaster.
But at some point, you have to find somebody in the business that believes in your vision to get
I believe in his
the
vision.
movie produced and put in theaters, and unless he's
Call
going to
me-
do it right to
Call me Todd. We'll talk.
yeah, right to video on demand. Kyle's got
He's
all
not
the
doing
answers.
that,
Kyle's got all
Dude.
the answers.
That's all I have is visions, dude. It's fucking like I got you, Todd. I got you.
Surprisingly,
Right, Tim, come back.
surprisingly, there's a lot of information that came out this week with, even though we're in coronavirus, and one of the big things is that Sam Raimi officially confirmed that he's going to direct Doctor Strange 2 in the Multiverse of Madness, and Bruce Campbell automatically came online and said he wants a cameo.
Oh, that's a given.
Yeah, if Bumblebee Cucumber Patch doesn't have a chainsaw hand, fuck that movie.
Right? Shop smart, shop S smart.
So one of the things I've heard kicked around is that he wants to play an alternate version, an alternate reality version of Mysterio.
Cool.
You know what? Anything that Bruce Campbell wants to do, Bruce Campbell could do.
You're just giving him that automatic pass, huh?
He's awesome. He gets the automatic pass. Even though he was a dick to me, he gets the automatic pass.
Hail to the king, baby.
You know, just because you don't want to sign my goddamn lunchbox and paint marker, just sign my goddamn fucking lunchbox and fucking paint marker, Bruce.
He didn't want to sign your lunchbox? When did that happen? When he was here?
At Comic-Con.
Oh.
Dude, even I
No, he wanted to sign my lunchbox, but he wanted to... Hold on. I'll be right back. I got to do this story a little bit different. Give me 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves for about 1 minute.
His dedication to making sure the facts are correct. He's got to get his lunchbox.
I'm like Grizzled Geek.
There you go. He's like Grizzle Geek. But you like the idea of him playing an alternate Mysterio?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Alternate Mysterio. Bruce Campbell in anything is pretty good. You know? I mean, he's got a charisma, I would think, and a fan following. Though his fan following, I mean, our generation is probably the last that even knows who he is. Anybody beyond us probably has no idea who Bruce Campbell is, but absolutely. Anything they stick him in. I mean, I even watched that shit movie, what was it, Bubba Hotep?
Take that back.
That movie sucked, bro.
Nothing sucks with Bruce Campbell in it.
No, that movie sucked. It had Bruce Campbell in it. Bruce Campbell is awesome, but that movie sucked.
Even Xena's badass because Bruce Campbell was in it.
Xena wasn't horrible. I mean, it had its time. It doesn't hold up well now, but it wasn't horrible.
So here, look, I'll give you guys a scenario. Say I have a black metal Army of Darkness lunchbox that is 1121 of 5,000 made. Shout out to Nubia for buying this for me when we were first dating. Okay, I'm going to turn it this way. You tell me what this would look like with a goddamn black Sharpie on it. This is Bruce Campbell.
It'd look dope.
Tell me what silver paint marker looks like.
Even
Yeah.
dope.
In your fucking face, Bruce.
Even doper.
Suck it, Bruce. Suck it. You want to stay groovy? Suck it. He told
did
me
it, though,
this'll you know why? I told him, I'm a paying fucking customer. I am paying you for a service. And in this service, I want my goddamn lunchbox signed in silver paint marker. You know what he said? Yes, sir. You're correct. Please hand me your paint marker and your lunchbox. I said,
You didn't
thank
really
you, kind.
say that to Bruce Campbell.
I swear to fucking God, I did. I was pissed.
All right.
I know how to autograph things. Trust me, black marker is going to be better. Black marker on this? Are you goddamn serious?
Is the
This
thermos?
is a metal fucking lunchbox.
Sounds like the thermos is inside.
It is inside.
Did you get him to sign that too?
No, sir. He was pretty pissed at me.
Your story sucks then.
Your
He,
story sucks. Then.
I would have had to pay $50 more to get the thermos signed. He's like, that'll never dry. And I went like this. Hey, Bruce, it's fucking dry.
Shout out to Bruce Campbell.
I
We're
fucking love
gonna
you, Bruce.
clip that and put it on the internet.
I love you, Bruce Campbell, but God damn it, do not tell me how I want my goddamn lunchbox signed.
Too bad he won't sign anything else for you now.
Oh, never again. Never again. He doesn't remember me. He doesn't remember me.
He will now.
He will now.
But tell me how many people has a lunchbox that says "Stay Groovy," Bruce Campbell.
It only makes it better if it said
Look,
to my friend Kyle.
It even says Ash on it. Suck it.
Let's go to the eBay and see how many are on eBay, shall we?
There's
A signed lunchbox.
Yep.
7 people have that lunchbox.
You already looking, Tim?
Let's see how many. Share your screen. I want one that says Bruce Campbell, Ash, stay groovy.
This podcast is on the internet. It's worldwide. Worldwide. It's going to be worldwide.
Suck it.
Thanks, Trump, with your hand motions and everything.
Worldwide.
This is the greatest podcast ever.
It's gonna be worldwide.
We're the greatest.
It's gonna be huge. We're the best. You don't need to listen to anybody else. We're the best.
I even used to take this to lunch, and this was my lunchbox.
I see a different arm. I see a red and black one, but I don't see the
Suck
one
it.
Kyle has.
1121 of 5,000. Suck it.
Yeah. Let's see.
Shout outs to my wonderful wife for buying that for me, because she had to put up with many hours of watching fucking Evil Dead and Army Darkness movies.
Yeah, I don't see the one Kyle has on there. There you go.
So how many are in eBay?
Unless Tim found it and I can't. I don't see any on eBay. I see there's a limited edition NECA Army of Darkness metal lunchbox that's
I don't see it.
red and black with skeletons all over it, but the one you have, I don't see it on there.
Everybody doesn't get time to sell, man.
But he writes "Stay Groovy" on everything.
I know he does.
So everything on here signed by him, it says "Stay Groovy." So
that's his thing.
So my guess of 7 was probably fairly close to how many are in existence.
I'm sure there's one other dumbass who got their lunchbox signed.
yeah,
There's tons of dumbasses that got plenty of stuff signed by
they're
that
just
guy.
not selling it.
No, because why the fuck would you sign or sell something this fucking cool?
Right? It's just missing the "To My Friend Kyle" on it.
He wouldn't personalize anything.
Wow,
It was one of his stipulations.
At least you get cool people like that. Or I'm sorry. And now this day and age, at least you had gotten an opportunity to have people like that at cons near you.
It's when Phoenix Comic-Con kicked ass.
Yeah. Now that we might not have cons ever again.
I think that was the same con that Stan Lee was there.
Well, I know Bruce Campbell was there because I remember his line situation where they kept changing his line.
I fucking fought it because I was hiding because I didn't want to get screwed because Bruce Campbell's line had a cap. And I didn't want to get screwed out of getting a signature. So his thing was next to a pole, like one of those like huge concrete like posts that like support posts that are holding up the fucking bottom of the convention center. So I was like, the security would walk by and I'd kind of like walk around it So they kind of went and see me, and they would see me and they'd be like, you got to keep walking. So I would like walk around and I would come back because I was like first and I didn't want to lose my place in line and I didn't want to get screwed out of it. And fucking, they kept telling me to leave. They kept telling me to leave. They kept telling me to leave. And I was like, no. And then all of a sudden, like 30 minutes later, they were like, they didn't give a fuck about anybody. And there was this long ass line for Bruce Campbell. And I was like, fuck. And they're like, everybody has to go stand over there now. And they had roped off this area over here. And they were like, there's like 3 people in front of me. They're like, it's capped. And I was like, fuck you. I have been sitting here for hours. I am fucking getting that sign. You assholes made me keep walking around, which didn't give me a place in line. This is your shitty miscommunication's fault, not mine. You should have designated a spot in the beginning so I could have stood there for fucking 3 hours. Instead of telling me to fuck it, I had to keep walking around. So they finally went, okay, and they capped it at me.
So what you're saying is you were completely committed to Bruce Campbell's poll the entire time.
I would have signed it for him. I would have signed his poll. I would have signed it.
Committed to
I would have pet it. I would have smacked it.
That's a true dedication,
I
sir.
would have waxed it. I would have smoked it.
Whatever he wanted to do.
Whatever needed to be done.
I would have done it. I would have been. It's Bruce Campbell. I don't give a fuck. Evil Dead, motherfucker.
There you go.
Shop smart. Shop smart.
But you think Raimi is a good choice to direct that movie?
Dude, he's a badass director.
Yeah,
he's a really good director, and I think the way they want to go with Doctor Strange, I think he's gonna nail it. Because they wanted to go with more of a horror, like vision with it, and what better person do than the king of B horror movies?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he did a great job with Spider-Man.
Yeah,
well, the first 2 anyway.
He can only do so much, though. But I mean, most of what he has.
But the one character that he was made and could have portrayed well was Venom, and he fucked that up.
I think that was above his head.
I think he was over him.
I think he was out. Yeah, I think the higher ups outvoted him.
Yeah,
we have to have dumbass Foreman in here,
right? Who doesn't even fit for Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
Dude, I think he's gonna kill. I think his vision for horror type different-esque movies, I think he's gonna nail it.
Not only that, but you have Kevin Feige heading it up.
So you have 2 great minds collaborating on it.
Kevin Feige hasn't steered us wrong yet. I mean, he hasn't steered us wrong, but he hasn't completely steered us great when it comes to the MCU.
I mean, what has he done that has been great in your opinion? Where has he stumbled?
Iron Man 3 hasn't been great. It was good, but it wasn't.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2, yeah.
I think Iron Man 3 was over his head as far as that goes. Like there was someone else there because they completely screwed up the Mandarin or whatever they were trying. I think they were trying to go to the progressive twist with the Mandarin, and that failed. And so it's not. I don't know how much he had a say in that.
But I think it was trying to be a surprise.
Yeah,
you're a fucking surprise.
He was. Back of a rustler.
What happened? What happened?
I was surprised.
Where's my goddamn Darth Vader mask at?
Working on it, fucker.
Does that mean I'm not doing it yet?
What?
Does that mean it's in the queue?
No.
Is that what working on it means? It's in the queue?
Yeah.
It's like 6 or 7 fucking projects back?
No, it's not that far back. It's happening. It's working.
What about if people want to buy a Caucasaurus
You
Rex?
got to mass produce the Caucasaurus Rex, yeah.
Where's our buy list?
And you have to paint it flesh color too.
You know what I've learned? I love our audience.
I mean, it doesn't need to be.
They say they want to buy shit, but when it really comes to buying shit, they don't want to buy shit. They like talking about buying shit.
What? Well, then I'm not ready to make shit if they don't want to buy shit.
I still think you should make the Absolute Geek Kyle laughing fucking dildo.
Add that function to the Cockosaurus Rex.
That'd be awesome. Every time it moves, it laughs.
Add that function to the Cockosaurus Rex. You pull its arms down and it fucking laughs.
It'd be awesome.
He's writing it down. He's taking notes. Taking notes.
Make Dino Dick laugh.
So staying in the Marvel wheelhouse.
If you can make Chopper drive, you can make Dino Dick laugh.
There you go. Staying in the Marvel warehouse. John Krasinski.
Hey, wait. Let's back that up. So you want to stay in the web house?
Yes, the web house. Wheelhouse,
What does that
web
mean?
house? I don't fucking know. I can't talk right now.
Were you trying to make a Spider-Man reference?
No, I wasn't. It
Are
was
you
a
sure?
stumble of my words. Yes, I was. Just like I said in my Peter Tingle last week. You know, it's just a stumble of words.
Peter Ting. I think you said you didn't say Peter Tingle. You said Peter Tent.
Peter Tent, yes.
You did not.
Thank
Corbin keeps saying
Peter
Peter Tingle. I don't know what he had. You said Peter Tent.
Peter Tent. Okay.
And that is almost as good as Clop.
Peter Tent. Clop.
Clop,
Yes.
clop, clop.
The one I will never live down because of fucking
Shake,
typo.
shake, shake. Clop, clop, clop. Shake, shake, shake. Clop, clop, clop.
But John Krasinski was let a little nugget
Clop.
drop that he was in talks with Marvel and
Clop.
taking video chats with Kevin Feige over the last
Clop.
couple of weeks. So we all know that the fan favorite for him to play is going to be Reed Richards.
Shake, shake, shake.
But what are your
Clop,
thoughts
clop,
of the
clop.
potential
Shake,
of
shake,
him
shake.
playing
Clop, clop, clop.
maybe Cyclops, or he's not even being brought in to star in a Marvel movie, but rather direct one?
Cyclops, no. Direct, yes.
As long as he acts like he does in The Office, they should just put him in every movie where he just looks at the camera.
That's kind of what he did. So he's been doing a web show over this whole quarantine, and he was.
He
talking
should come
about
on
it
here and
there.
do a web show.
And he was talking about it on there, and that's kind of what he was like. He showed a little like cartoon somebody drew. He was like, "This is the closest I'm ever going to get to being in a comic book movie." And then he kind of did that Jim like he does in The Office, where he knows something's going on, but he's not.
What the fuck is
Oh, is
Ender
he?
5 Plus, Tim?
I don't know.
What is it?
3D printer. The brand. type.
Shut the fuck up with your fucking 3D printer talk, Chuck. Get the fuck out of here. Just joking. I love you, brother.
But
Go ahead.
So
He gave
What
you
a-
a fucking Evil Dead pin, dude.
yeah,
He did, dude. He's the fucking man.
Yeah, and shut the fuck up, Chuck. After he gave you something cool like that.
what do you think about him directing maybe
don't know long
Blade
enough.
after his
I
success?
saved his life.
After his
I'm just
success
Putting
with
that out there.
with The Quiet Place. What do you think of Krasinski doing Blade?
Hey, thanks
Oh
for
my
multicasting with us, Dick.
Hey, we just
Hey, all lots of guys. I'm gone. I'm Brian. Yeah,
wanted to knock it out really quick, man.
That's what I
Yeah.
would say too.
It was 18 minutes.
That's yeah.
So
It was-
I wanted to hurry up and come back to the show, brother.
or you could have just put
Well, you got
us
more
on the
phone
show.
calls to take, do you?
Yeah,
You
be
need
right
a
back.
place to take
I gotta
phone
go take a
calls?
phone call.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, I am happy with my long distance service. Thanks.
I don't want my other friends to know these guys. Is
Right.
pretty much what it is.
He just doesn't want Kyle to steal his thunder.
Ben Stein. I don't want you to know Absolute Geek Podcast.
I don't want you to know Kyle. He'll steal the show.
I don't know how to steal shit.
Tim's taking another phone call. It's coming in. It's coming in strong.
Is that Chuck? Let him know that I saved his life.
I like how you keep holding your phone up to your ears with your AirPod in when you can just take the phone call from that.
Did
Well,
you
they're
get them from Netflix with all those other motherfuckers?
I did. Joel McHale sent them to me personally. And
Motherfuckers.
also, when they're connected to your iMac, they can't be connected to your iPhone, Matt.
Apple sucks.
Yeah, what a shit fucking company that is.
Apple sucks. Microsoft would have done it.
Yeah.
Aren't they teaming up to
And
find
if you don't believe me, buy it fucking soon.
Oh, look, I just got a package from Amazon. What could it be? It says it's from Joe McHale. Oh,
do not.
It's AirPods.
Dude, I so wish I could fucking kick people. I'm so pissed
Joe
that I don't have the authority.
AirPods. Let me put them in. Let's have a conversation with Joe.
Shut the fuck up.
What's up with Joe McHale?
Kyle's
He
mad
did
that
the-
he sent everyone earpods on the Tiger King special.
So all those fucking redneck bullshit fucking Tiger King people, they all have earpods. All of them. The motherfucker makes like $100 a month, but no, that motherfucker's got wireless fucking headphones in his goddamn ears. Fuck you, man.
Well, are they AirPods?
You only got one arm, bitch. Why do you have fucking earpod? No,
They might have been knockoffs.
AirPod Pros.
no, they're not knockoffs.
No,
you
they're
can
not
tell.
the pros.
Because
You
the
can tell
knockoffs
the
are
pros.
bigger.
And the pros are smaller. The stem on the pros are smaller.
I want to get
Yes,
the ones
man.
that like you can contour, like you could take a mold of your ear and they fit in there perfectly.
Just like I can tell that you have the earpods, not the pros.
I know because I'm
Look
poor.
at Matt,
No,
the
I'm just saying.
connoisseur of fucking
the pros,
Apple products.
The
No,
I
I'm
know
not a-
everything about
is smaller.
wireless headphones. My name is Matt. I can tell you have the cheaper
Please,
version.
Please, sir, may I have a crumb of AirPod?
Well, that was a weird
You
flex.
poor,
sir, can I have
pauper with
wireless
old
charging?
AirPods. You poor pauper with
Please, sir,
wireless.
can I have wireless
fucking-
charging?
Why don't you buy shit every year like everybody else, Tim?
Yeah, Tim.
What?
the
I
fuck?
need to quit buying guinea pigs and buy a fucking AirPod, bro.
You don't fucking talk about my guinea pigs again.
You just got $1,200 from Trump. You know, $133 at Best Buy. Go buy yourself some.
10%
My
of
wife
that.
works in the
$100
restaurant industry, and if you haven't realized yet that
Send her tips.
they're not making any fucking money right now.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? My work chair is a goddamn dining room chair. You know how comfortable that is to sit in for 9.5 hours? It's
That is-
not. That dumbass little pillow that I have is sitting on does not do it.
He's playing the world's smallest violin.
Are you doing the two-finger cul-de-sac in the rectum?
No, that's not.
Oh my god. Can someone block Solo Wookie, please? Someone just put him in timeout for that.
What do you write?
He said, I heard that chick was going to get a new arm, picked it up at a second-hand store. He needs to go timeout for that.
That was terrible.
God
Good
damn.
God.
Thank you for the dad
Oh,
joke.
hey, every once in a while, home run hitters swing and miss, man.
Yeah.
You got to throw shit because you don't know what's gonna work.
But back on topic before we get to what Brian want to talk about. John Krasinski. What do you think? Who do you think he's playing, and what do you think he's coming to Marvel for? To direct or be in movies?
Fantastic.
Who?
Dr. Fantastic.
I
Wait,
agree.
one more time?
Dr. Fantastic.
You mean Mr. Fantastic?
Mr. Fantastic. I smoke a lot of weed, dude.
I would.
Reed Richards.
I drank too much and I agreed with him. So
Reed Richards seems to be the safe bet. That's who he wants to play. But
I knew what you meant,
there's
Brian.
speculation
Yeah,
that
fuck
it's
it,
going to
A.
be.
I knew what you meant.
Fuck it, A.
There's
Did I ever tell you about the time I saved Chuck's life?
I can't. All right. Fuck John Krasinski. I'm tired of trying to force this topic. God damn it.
I don't like John Krasinski. Well, I like him, but I don't like him playing serious roles.
He's
What?
kick-ass in The Office.
I didn't
Make
know
it
he was supposedly originally going to play Captain America. And he even did the screen
I'm so
test for
glad
it
he
in the
didn't.
suit.
So glad he didn't.
Agreed, but he wasn't bad in the 13 Hours movie.
He does not have America's ass.
No, Chris Evans is definitely the better choice. Chris Evans, the way everything played out, it played out the
I
right
think
way.
Brian would have did better.
I'm not going to get in a debate about men's asses in the middle of a podcast, but
Dude, there's nothing better to talk about than men's asses.
Yikes. Anyway,
That's
so
going to be used against you in a court of law. We're going to snip that one, and that's going to be like the saber. Saber teeth right there.
That's funny.
we already got
My
a good
buddy-
clip that you
My
missed
buddy
of-
Jamie in the chat said, I remember when I saved you and Chuck at the titty bar. To set the record straight, everybody, Jamie Coyle, that motherfucker started it at the titty bar. He's the reason we got in the fight. He's the reason we almost went to jail. He's the reason they pulled guns on us. Well, Chuck was the reason they pulled guns on us, but Jamie's the reason we started that. That they fucking wanted to fight us. That was awesome.
But all right,
memories.
So John Krasinski, I think he should play Reed Richards.
Are we? Who fucking cares about him?
What if he played?
Haven't you figured out the last 15 minutes?
I know.
We don't care about him.
I'm aware.
You really want to talk about him, though, Matt? So let's do it.
I just did. I just gave my 2 cents.
Here. I think he should be Reed Richards.
There you go. Good job.
Who should Rainn Wilson play?
Nobody. So you can go ahead and tell your story about saving lives, where you became a superhero, Kyle.
Nope. I'm just throwing shit out there. I don't want anybody to know.
Talk about saving lives.
Is the guinea pig gonna have to choke a bit?
Yeah.
I saved Chuck's life when we were kids.
I saved one of my best friend's lives when we were kids too, dude.
I saved two people's lives from the same thing. 2 different people, the same thing. I saved them both. Chuck was first.
Was it choking? Heimlich?
Oh.
Yeah, Chuck drank too much and he was sleeping and he threw up in his sleep and he was going and he was dying, dude. I was like, I stared at him for a while and I was like, he's fucking dying. Dude, what is he doing? What the fuck is going on?
Note to self: if anything is ever happening to you in your sleep, chances are Kyle's gonna sit there and watch it happen a little bit before he decides to help you.
I did, and I was like, "Oh, dude, he's gonna choke to death like fucking Jimi Hendrix, dude! I can't let that happen. He's gonna choke on his vomit." So I fucking rolled him over and I smacked him on the back, dude. He threw up everywhere, dude. He woke up. He was A-okay, and he's still alive to this day. You're welcome, kind sir.
You have to assess the situation before you intervene.
Well, I didn't want to intervene if it wasn't necessary, you know. Like
Right.
maybe he was really masturbating. I didn't want to, you know. I was gonna let him finish, you know. I was gonna go back to sleep and not worry about it.
That's the
truth. You got to assess the situation.
But he was sitting there. He's going. I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck is going on?" And he was gonna fucking die. You're welcome, Chuck.
The true hero. All right, Brian, what did you want to talk about that you wanted to?
There's nothing that's gonna top me saving a life.
No.
What? I can't even fucking remember. What was it?
You said something about Justice League Dark.
That was like an hour ago.
Justice League Dark. J.J. Abrams. Justice League Dark. J.J. Abrams is producing Justice League Dark.
Didn't we already talk about this?
I thought we did, but
I swear to God, I thought we talked about it like an hour and a half ago.
Well, he said he wanted to talk about the spec when he got back.
Yeah. So
you're gonna do the hot 10 for us.
Yeah. So the spec it's kind of crazy what went down with over the last couple weeks. Like the hot 10 has kind of been dog shit just because of everything going on.
When there's my books that I own on the hot 10, it's dog shit. Just playing.
Like this week is the first week in a long time where we actually have some worthy like spec that's moving books.
Hold on, I'm getting a phone call from Joe McHale. 1 second.
And
you're welcome. Thank you for the ear pods, you fucking stick.
I gotta put in my ear pods.
Let me do this. All right. So this book is fucking crazy, man. This is a Golden Age pulp comic. Look at how crazy it's called. Spicy Western Stories.
Ooh, it sounds exotic.
All right. And look at that cover. But look at this shit. Hold on. Let me find this. Anyways, look up Spicy Western Stories on Google and look at the covers. They're fucking way crazy for
the Arizona kid.
And all right, so that's that for the Golden Age cover.
I missed that comment. God damn it.
What was it?
Fucking Underdog's comment to Kyle's Chuck story.
What
You thought he might have been masturbating while making those sounds?
Shit, it's awesome, right?
This is honorable mention number 2, Imagine Agents. I've never heard of this book, but
Never heard of it.
Looks like a Men in Black ripoff.
And it's been, I guess, Michael Keaton's attached to it. And
You saying that because they have black suits on?
And the news
Yes.
with the Netflix deal did you guys hear about the big Netflix deal that went down?
Yeah, they've got first look rights.
Yeah, to everything from
To
on
anything Boom's gonna put out. Yeah,
exactly. So
Wait, what was that again?
they've got
everything Boom Studios has got, Netflix has first option rights.
Oh, that's cool.
So they're looking to do a bunch of shit, and that has caused a lot of books to shoot up. So, but this has gone from being $1 book to $10 plus,
which
and
doesn't mean Netflix is gonna put out any Boom Studio stuff. It's just whatever they create, they get first crack at putting it out.
Well, I guarantee
That's
they're gonna put
awesome, though.
something out.
Yeah.
There's got to be cool Boom stuff out.
There is. I mean, just wait. I mean, this book though.
They were talking Lumberjanes is an option. There's a
Isn't
there's
that
a
a
bunch
video
of good
game?
books. No, it's a really popular comic book.
This was the toughest
Dragon's Lair is.
video game, arcade game back in the day.
That's right.
Yeah, Dragon's Lair is. I thought you were talking about.
Look how
Lumberjanes.
dope that cover is, man.
Awesome.
This is such a tough book to find. This is Dragon Layers number 1 from 2003, the GrahamCrackers.com variant. GrahamCrackers.com was killing it back before anybody ever thought about doing a fucking internet store, special cover. They were doing that before anybody even thought about
Doesn't that
it.
suck being so far ahead of the curve that it doesn't work for you, and then you see it kicking ass now, and you're like, "Fuck you."
Well, this one is super hard to find, and a copy sold a couple weeks ago for $75. But this week,
That's it. We all got fucking Trump money. Let's buy them.
This week, 2 sold for $175 each.
Never mind.
And that's because of the show or movie or whatever that's coming out, right?
I don't know. I have no idea. I just know.
You guys haven't talked about this prior. This was the first time you guys talked about it.
Yeah. So here's a big one.
Ryan Reynolds is supposed to be attached to a Dragon's Lair movie.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He's supposed
There
to
we
be the
go.
main character.
What
There
do
we
you think
go.
it or saying?
This is a big one, Mouse Guard. This is because of the Boom Studios thing too, because Boom acquired Archaea Studios in 2013, and the first print of this is a super tough to find book, but raw copies are going for $100+.
It'd be cool if it was a guinea pig.
9.8s are going for $325+. So really cool book. I got a ton of these. I'll be honest. I spec pretty hard on these over
Did
the last.
you have a bunch of mouse guards?
Yeah, I've probably got 5 of them.
When did you buy
I've got-
those? I have never seen you show me a mouse guard comic.
Spec pretty hard on a mouse sword book.
Wait, hold up. What's up? You never seen me show you a Mouse Guard book?
No, you've never showed me one.
What's up? There you go.
I take it back. You have now showed me one.
He used his stimulus check to buy that. That's,
When
he
did you
just
get
got those
that?
in the
That
mail.
was recent, right?
Yeah, he just got those
No,
in the mail.
man. I got a funny story I'll tell you about after this about where those came from. All right, so
After
yeah,
what,
Mouse Guard, tough book. It's always been a tough book to find. There is a self-published number 1 that he put out that says Archaea on it, or it doesn't say Archaea. It says something else in the upper corner, and it is really tough to find. He only sold it himself at cons before he got picked up, and that book is just outrageously priced. So on to number 8.
Is Archaea the same as the company that puts out Ray Gun?
No, that's Arcana.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Okay, sorry.
Close.
Yeah.
More Star Wars books. Star Wars is just so hot in comics right now. It's unreal. And here's another hot book. This is the 1 in 25 variant of Kanan and the Last Padawan, number 1, by Killian Plunkett. And this was about ratio a couple weeks ago, about $30, and now it's in the $60 to $80 range. But this is the first appearance of Sabine Wren. So
his name's Killing Plunkett.
Yeah, Killian Plunkett. Yep.
Oh, Killian.
Yeah.
Like, that motherfucker's got a bad name.
Yeah.
I think that's also the first
almost as
appearance
cool as
of,
Leaf.
Of Sabine.
Yeah, this is
Bless you.
Sabine Wren.
And possibly
Padme?
No. Kanan, Sabine, and shit, I can't remember the third one. There's another one that's the first appearance of as well.
Well, first appearances in Star Wars are just going crazy. Even like small first appearances like that. So
I got the first appearance of Boba Fett.
That's probably going crazy too right now.
I might sell that to buy a Volkswagen.
Boba Fett, where?
Here's
On the
you know,
cover.
Justice League Dark stuff. This is of course like there's 7 this week is 2 books, Swamp Thing 49 and 50, because they're the quote unquote first appearances of this Justice League Dark team. Here's 49, and then 50 has them on the cover. Here you see
have that.
Yeah, I've got a ton of these, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a huge Swamp Thing fan, so I've got a ton of Swamp Thing keys, and I've got a really nice run that I ended up getting because mine got destroyed, and I cherished it. But remember where I got that? I got that at John. I got a really nice, like near mint Swamp Thing run. All right, yeah. So 7 and is 49 and 50 first appearances of the Justice League Dark teams, which took place in Swamp Thing. Those are been big books for a while, but now they're really shooting up in price. They're $25 plus raw, and I'm sure they'll probably be in the $50 range soon. So number 6, Bone Parish. Number 1, that's fucking
cool cover.
That's such a cool cover, man. Such a cool cover. But this is another one of those Boom Netflix books that everybody, saw the deal and they think this is going to be the book. So this went from
Skull
a $5
and
book.
Razor Blade.
Yep.
Dude.
This went from being, a $1 book to $15-$20 because of the Boom deal. So we'll see. And here's another book, Philadelphia number 1. Same thing. Book. Yeah. So this is a $10 plus book. Went from dollar bin to $10 plus.
Did it just come out?
Yeah, it came out a few months ago.
Yeah, so this this is option news, and but sheer volume of sales after option.
You have that cover, Matt?
Yeah.
But the Matina or Gallagher colors are bringing in more money, but this one's also bringing in good money. This is a sick freaking book, another Star Wars book. Darth Maul number 2, the David Aja variant, 1 in 25. Just this. You do a variant with Darth Maul, you make it a 1 in 25 variant, and it's going to be a dope book no matter what. But this is also the first appearance of Cad Bane, and so another key book. But throw on a sick ass Darth Maul cover, and this is a $70 plus book. It was selling a week ago or so for around 20, and now it's jumped to 70 plus. So. Number 3 is another interesting one, and this is Superior Carnage Annual number 1.
Why that?
And supposedly, this is kind of ridiculous. Supposedly, the reason why this jumped
up. You have it, Matt, don't you?
Not this cover, no.
The reason why this jumped up so high is because I guess there's news that they're making a Funko Pop of a character called Carla Unger. And when people heard that, they thought for some reason that means that character is going to be a character in a movie or something, or I don't know.
Jeez.
But it shot this book up to, it shot this book to a $30 book. Just, if that's the reason, then that's ridiculous. But
I'm going to have to put that on my Volkswagen Fun books.
Yeah. And, Matt called it Lumberjanes. That's a big book in the
Matt.
Boom. Yeah, big book in the Boom Netflix announcement. One of the biggest ones that everybody's like, yeah, this is one that they definitely make. And there's there's been people attached to this for a while trying to get it made. So, but this went from a $15 book, and now with the recent news is $50 plus. So, if you got one and you want to make some money, now's the time to sell it. That's for sure.
Buy them, sell them.
Number one is Justice League Dark #1 from the New 52 run.
Probably all have that book.
Yeah, 2011. Surprisingly, this is a really, really tough book to get in 9.8 in high grade. There's only like, I don't know, I think he wanted to say like there was like 50 of them in 9.8.
Because of the black cover or what?
That,
or the
yes.
back?
The black cover and the back is black too, but the even harder one, there's a second print that's instead of black, it's red, and that's even harder to get in high grade. And there's no 9.8s. There's only one 9.6 and 0 9.8s.
Wow.
So yeah, if you can find this book in high grade, you can make some good money because raws are going for $30 plus right now. This was a $5 to $10 book. It really dropped down in the past couple of years just because we all thought this movie was dead. You get some new J.J. Abrams life breathed into that body, and
J.J. knows how to spark life.
Fucking A, he does. So yeah, that's the hot 10. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Finally getting some spec. At least spec worthy stuff and not just ridiculousness. But yeah, so I spent all day to yesterday moving comic boxes. Moved all my comic boxes into one fucking room upstairs, and that shit fucked me up. I woke up so sore this morning. It was unreal. I'm gonna start. What's that?
First world problems.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing live auctions.
Nice.
What I'm gonna do is on the Clutch Collectibles Discord server, I'm gonna do a live show where let's see here. I just pick up stuff and just grab a box. I mean, and start going through it. And I'm trying to find a picture I have. I took a picture of here we go.
Do you get that much traffic?
So that's a little over half of all the boxes that I moved. So ton of comics that I'm going to be trying to sell in the next, I guess, until quarantine, even after quarantine, but I'm going to try and really hit it during quarantine because people are spending money. People will be stupid not to sell if you have stuff to sell. Like I'm terrible about selling books, but I can't pass up this, this time right now with people having. Is
that your room?
Yeah, I was telling the guys that I spent all day yesterday moving all my comic boxes into this room so I could start doing live auctions.
Let's do it. I think we should do an Absolute Geek live auction.
Do it. If you want, do it on your Discord server, or if you want, you can join the you guys.
I went on. There wasn't anywhere to join.
All you have to do is click the link, and it'll take you to a thing to join. But I have to resend the link.
It didn't. It took me to a place that says type something in, but it didn't give me a place to join.
Yeah, you have
like three times.
You have to do it on your laptop, not on your phone.
I did.
Weird.
I did today twice.
Well, it wouldn't have worked today because it's longer than 24 hours.
Yeah,
the link only lasts for 24 hours.
Yeah, I clicked on it today. That's why.
Yeah.
Send a new one.
I'll give you a new link. So we'll see. We'll see how it works. I mean,
Dude, I want to do a live auction because Kyle needs a new Volkswagen. That's what quarantine has done to me.
yeah, makes you
No,
start thinking about spending money.
I have been talking about buying one of these probably for 20 years. I remember one time we got a tax return. It was one of mine and Nubio's first tax returns as a family. And we went and I looked at it and I drove it and we were talking about it and I just couldn't pull the trigger because it wasn't family efficient at the time. So I have passed them up, over time. But now that we've got, it's different, I can just pull it in, push it into my driveway and just me and Chuck can just fucking dick with it. You know what I mean? Chuck can come over and help me work on it and shit. I just wrangled him in just now. If Tim lived here, I'd be wrangling him in too. See how excited he is?
Yeah. He looks so excited.
So I've got books for sale.
His face is his excitement written across it.
If anybody out there's got stuff that they're titles that they're looking for, I don't know if I have them, but I'll sell you books. I'm looking to sell some books.
There you go.
Shit that's close to me that I love and I want, I'm gonna keep. But what I've decided to do is anything that I don't mind parting with, I don't have it like my Walking Dead's not for sale. You know what I mean? My Spidey that's signed by Stan Lee, not for sale. There's certain books that aren't for sale. But there's certain books like First Thanos, it's a cool book to have, but I can part with it. I only got it because I could. You know what I mean? It's a cool book to have, don't get me wrong. First Taskmaster, I could part with it. And you know what? Just like we've all talked about, we can buy comics again.
I'll buy your Thanos.
Yeah?
You can buy Volkswagens again too, sir.
You're right. But these old Volkswagens are getting harder and harder to find.
So are the old comics.
Shut up, voice of reason.
Tim just doesn't want you to do it.
No, he doesn't want.
Now
yes.
you know how it feels when I talk to you about it. I'm like, I'm gonna sell this comic, and I talk to you about it, and then you're the voice of reason when you're like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. There's no reason to do it. It's stupid to do. You talk me out of it, and now someone's talking you out of it.
I know. Chad's asked me a price. Be honest with you, Chad. Matt has asked me the same questions on the same book, and I haven't answered him yet either. I would say the same thing to you that I say to him. Make me an offer. Look it up. Make me an offer. If I can't refuse it, I'll fucking sell it. Brian wants to buy my Thanos. Make me an offer. I want to buy a Volkswagen. I really do. Just like Chuck, hey, you
cost?
There's two of them that I'm looking at. Jamie, do I have Venom or Carnage? I scoff at that question. Of course I do. I have both.
I'll give you 300. Cash money.
Live auction. Going
Spider-Man
once.
300.
Oh shit! I'm gonna definitely talk to you after the show.
How many ounces of Farfanugan do you need to get the Volkswagen running? That's what I need to know.
Oh. The one I really want is 5K. The one that I don't mind getting that I can put love and effort into, 1,800.
Well, you just got 1,200 of that, so you're almost there.
I can't spend. I already
no correction. He got 2,400 of that.
The deal was.
Well, I figured Nubia would keep her money.
There is no spread money with us. Our shit is one pot. It's just the way it is. But the deal was I could sell comics to get it, but I can't use any savings or money because it's a rough time right now. It's a weird time right now to be spending something on like a car, especially one that's just going to sit in the garage and I'm just going to tinker with. But that's a big investment.
Right. It's an investment. If you fix it up and sell it for more money than you bought it for.
No, I buy this car. I am never selling it. When I sold my bus,
bullshit.
I am still, to this day, I am kicking myself in the ass for selling it and having the chance to buy it back, not doing it.
But
so I swore to myself, if I get this fastback or squareback that I want, I am never selling it. Ever. Ever, ever, ever.
Much like comics, cars are only worth what somebody's willing to pay for it.
And the right price, I'm willing to sell it for.
So when you look at them as an investment, you have to be mindful of that.
Oh, I am. I would not refuse a reasonable offer.
Right, but I just when was it Matt said something about it being an investment. And I don't care what it is. It's even if it's a Babe Ruth rookie card, they can say it's worth, $50,000 or whatever, but it's only worth that if somebody will pay that for it.
That's true for anything. Anything's only worth what you're going to pay for it.
Yeah.
This package of hot dogs I bought from Walmart is only worth what I'm willing to pay for it.
Yeah,
I'm rolling in toilet paper, boys. Woo!
But see, like what I'm doing with my books is I'm trying to, what are books that I'm willing to part with that I know will sell fast, that I know people are kind of looking for, like X-Men 266. People are kind of always looking for that book.
Are they? I have like 2 of those sitting here that I
look at recent eBay sales. They're like recent sold books. It's constant. People are always looking for that book. Like Taskmaster, that's a book that people are looking for. Especially right now.
People are always looking for McFarlane Spidey.
People are always looking for McFarlane Spidey. That's why I was going to put up the 298, 299, 300, 301 because it's a great little bundle of books.
That might be one of the best 4-issue runs, in a row like that.
But I will not trade for a Volkswagen Squareback Hot Wheel. What?
Do you have multiple copies of those?
I have just 301 and 300. I do. So if I sell a 300 and a 301, I have other copies. 298 and 299. I'd have to look again, but I think I only have one copy of each. But it's worth it to me.
Yeah, it is, especially for 98, 99, 300 and 301. There's plenty out there, but the price is only going to go up on those. So if you ever decide you want them again, it's going to cost you more money to get them back.
But that's all right. You know what I mean? I'll go over that bridge when it's time.
You can always find deals on those books.
Dude, you
can't.
298, 299, I found those actually in dollar bins. No, I didn't. I'm just joking. They're for sale. So I didn't find them in dollar bins.
300 and beyond, they're always for sale.
Yeah.
And it's always a bunch of copies, but they never go down. There's a lot of comics that always go down, that fluctuate in value. Those will stabilize, but they never go down in value. They either hold their own or go up.
Yeah, and I'm trying. Okay, I know those will sell. I know those will not be hard for me to move. First Thanos, I know it won't be hard for me to move it. I know there's always somebody that's looking for it because it's a key book.
Yeah.
And I don't mind. There's certain books I will never part with unless it's beyond dire. You know what I mean?
Walking Dead?
Yeah, that's what Chad had said yesterday. Why don't you sell your Walking Dead 1? No, sir. that is near and dear to me. I'm not going to sell that. I don't know. So if people are kind of looking for something and I might have it, I might be willing to negotiate with it. So I'm just putting that out there.
But at the same time, if you think about it this way, ASM 300, where is that going to be in 5 years? And where is Walking Dead #1 going to be in 5 years?
Walking Dead 1 will always be a decently priced book because of the print run and the allure behind Walking Dead and the fact that so many people yes, and the fact that people have put that into their collections. So you got to remember, Walking Dead 1, there was only 7,500 put in stores in the beginning.
Agreed.
The fact of the matter is, no matter what you slice it, Walking Dead #1 is the Amazing Fantasy 15 of our time.
People will. It might not be $2,000 like it was once a year ago, but it's always going to be a book that's looked for, and it's always going to be a book that is you can get a decent price for it. Yeah, shut up, Tim. I agree with Chuck. And Chuck, if you want to buy that Lady Death 1 in 300 that I have, then you have first dibs at it.
But what were you going to say, Tim? I'm interested to hear your opinion.
I mean, so The Walking Dead, when did it start to take traction to actually be worth money? When the show started, correct?
No, fuck no.
Before
About
that,
20 issues in, that book was $100 book.
Yeah, but we're talking about $100 book.
And back then, that was a lot of money for a book that was 20 issues in.
It is, but will it hold up? That's the thing. Will it hold
I think
up?
Walking Dead 1 will always be at least a $700 book.
I think,
just because of print run.
And look at Star Wars. Walking Dead, face it or not, is a cultural phenomenon, and it's always going to be that.
It's also
place.
It
tough
is
book to get in high grade.
And I'm not arguing that it's not. I'm just playing devil's advocate in a way.
No, I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Same with First Mission. That'll hold value too.
Wait, first two?
Mission.
Okay. So we look at Star Wars now. Star Wars is 40 some years old. 40 years from now, will the Walking Dead book hold the same way that Star Wars?
I absolutely think so.
I think so.
I don't think so, and I could be wrong, but I just don't believe so.
I think especially in 40 years, it will be because it will be a hard book to come across in 40 years.
I think it's gonna be like Cerebus #1. Like it's gonna be like Cerebus #1, right? Cerebus #1 is like that. Is like what Walking Dead is for our generation. Cerebus #1 is a generation before us, like the early 80s people that were collecting in the early 80s, you know. And Cerebus #1 has always held some value. That's always like a $500 book or more. But it's gone up at times, you know, in the past 20, 30 years to probably a couple $1,000 book in high grade. But because of the rarity and what it did for pop culture or comic culture, that book has always held its value. Now you throw in Walking Dead, who also had the comic culture that it changed big time, but it also changed pop culture, and that's huge. So I kind of agree with Kyle too that the rarity and what it did, it'll always hold some value.
It won't always be a $2,000 book. No,
let's see what happens
when
the movies come out. If the movies come out and they kill it, that could spike it again.
Agreed. I just think the zombie thing was a phase.
Yes.
The zombie thing has been cool since the 70s.
Yeah, since Romero and
like
Night of
the
Living
zombies
Dead.
there's always been a niche for people that love zombie stuff.
No, yeah, agreed. It has. It's always been cool, but it hasn't been fucking cool. Like fucking cool.
It goes in waves.
Like it was with The Walking Dead.
The
And
Walking
now,
Dead has put zombies into the mainstream where
it has, and all the Walking Dead shows that have followed beyond it, and the way the show has been oversaturation of the zombie market. So when that phase dies out, will the book still hold?
I think so. Yes.
I think it's already standing because what the book, The Walking Dead #1 came out in 2003. I want to say, and the show's already been going on 11 years. They've had a spin-off of it. They've got another spin-off coming. They've got movies coming. That show, like Brian said, changed pop culture. It changed comic culture. It changed mainstream media. It changed the way TV shows are shot.
Here. You lucky bastard.
No, it did, and I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying,
there's always going to be an allure for people to want a Walking Dead 1.
October.
Will it though, when the show is winding down, that there's not very much argument about that.
So what it's going to be is it's going to be our generation when we get older, and a generation behind us that was kids that enjoyed The Walking Dead. When they get older, they're going to be like, that's going to be that was my childhood. I need to buy that book.
But will they care? Much like Spider-Man, when Matt said it's the Amazing Fantasy 15 of our time, nobody knew that at that time. Right?
But we know it now.
We know it now, but will they know it now?
Yeah, I think they will.
Or will they know it then?
It's made that hold, and it's made that impression on our brains as a culture where we know, Walking Dead 1. There's not that many of them.
It holds that same love. It's the same thing as like Star Trek or Star Wars or anything like that. Like, it's gonna get passed down. Like kids now that grew up watching Walking Dead with their families are gonna be like, oh yeah, I watched this with my dad. They're gonna show it to their kids. The same way people are introduced to Star Wars and Star Trek. It's here. It's gonna always be a relevant pop culture phenomenon.
Will it be though, or will it fall the side of Laserdisc, or will it fall the side of like Betamax tapes?
I don't think so.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but
he's not saying you're right.
I know. I understand what you're.
We just don't know.
I know.
Kyle knows.
This dude knocked on my door the other day. He's like, "Hey, man,
I'm from the future.
I'm from 2041, and we love The Walking Dead."
John Teeter, motherfucker, fucking A.
Mm-hmm. He knocked on my door and he's like, "Hey, man, can I buy a Walking Dead 1 from you? Because in my time, that shit is baller,
and I need that money to be able to fix my time machine."
That shit is gonna that book is gonna be my retirement book.
The John Teeter book is gonna be my retirement book.
No, I just think Walking Dead is just gonna be one of those books where when you could if you have the ability to get your hands on it, and you're a zombie fan and a Walking Dead fan, it's gonna be something that you're like, yes, it's great. I'm glad I got it. And the fact that so many people have bought it and they have put it away in their collections makes it so that like there's that many less out there.
Well, I think, but not just that. I think what you and I have had this discussion before, because I've asked you why you don't crack it to get Kirkman to sign it, and I think Brad's smart not to. And the fact that Brian has one unsigned is because I think the one like what you have is going to be the rarity and the one that's worth more. Not signed one, yeah.
And that was the reason why I haven't gotten it signed, because when it comes down to it is, yes, I think what's going to happen is, okay, there was 7,500. I bet you there's 4,000 of them that are signed.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't like signed books.
I would be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if there's only 5,000 of them left. Like, I bet you a couple thousand of them got destroyed.
Oh, guaranteed.
Reading them, you know? So if there's only 5,000 or 6,000 of them left, let's say 1,000 got destroyed and there's only 6,000 left.
Easily.
How many of those do you think are in good condition? Then how many of those do you think of those that are in good condition are signed?
I bet you at least 40% of the good condition ones are signed.
Yeah, I would,
Like if you go on eBay right now and look up Walking Dead 1, look how many of them are signed. And it was part of the reason why my first few of the Walking Dead ones I didn't get signed. Because everybody was getting them signed. And I love getting books signed. Don't get me wrong, like I'm going to kick myself in the ass one day because I've gotten so many books signed. Just like Brian now, you're like, fuck getting books signed. And it's for that reason. Signed books are not a novelty anymore.
and I hate standing in the line for 4 hours.
Don't have to worry about that anymore, man.
Nope. You can
I
get
can
it
go to
virtually signed. Hey, man, sign this. Hey,
Yeah, I
man,
can go to
sign this. Hey, man,
virtual.
sign this.
Now CGC has private signings with everyone.
I think
Did
it's fucking
you-
genius of them. Genius.
Did you guys? Is that true?
What? That CGC's doing a bunch of private signings?
Yeah.
Dude, they're doing Ryan Stegman, Donny Cates, fucking George Perez. They're doing
Chris
so many.
Claremont.
Chris Claremont.
Chris Claremont.
See, I'm pissed that I'm missing out on Jim Starlin now.
They're doing.
I think they're doing Frank Miller.
Frank Miller. Yep.
They're doing. I think it's. I mean, it's a funky time to do all these in-house signings, but at the same time, it's like it's genius because you know what, you can't get your book signed, so you just send them. There's no middleman. There's no nothing. You send it straight to CGC. They get it signed. You get it back in 3 weeks.
So
It's
a
great.
Walking Dead #1 CGC 9.4 sold today for $991.15. And I bet you that was used with stimulus money.
I guarantee
was
it.
sold today.
Look up 9.6. So look up Walking Dead #1 and just see how many are signed.
Yeah.
Like share your screen and show us. I mean, a lot of them are signed.
I mean, but would you buy?
Don't get me wrong. I've got my 19 signed. I've got my 27 signed. I've got 100 signed. I've got, you know what I mean? I got all kinds of those motherfuckers signed.
There's actually not very many Walking Dead #1s on eBay right now.
How many tigers are on eBay?
There's
Like-
a shitload.
How do you choose? Do you get a Walking Dead #1 with your Trump check, or do you get a tiger?
What you do is you talk to them and be like, hey, can I give you cash and a Walking Dead 1 for a tiger? Like, I so wish somebody would trade comics and cash for a goddamn Volkswagen.
So
Like,
there's a 9.8 unsigned going for $2,000.
look at sold listings.
Well, I assure you, Kyle, if I had a Volkswagen Squareback in my yard and you wanted to trade me a Walking Dead #1, it'd be a deal.
Yeah, the only one that was sold was the
Dude,
one
I would seriously contemplate it.
was the one for today.
I don't think Newbie would let me though. Oh, I didn't get a response. I thought I was gonna get an instant response.
That's the most recent one that was
What was
sold
it?
was today. Was the one that was sold today.
Seriously, if somebody said, "Hey, you got Walking Dead 1, I'll trade you this Volkswagen for," I'd probably do it. It would suck, but I would probably.
You just got done saying you would never sell that.
I know. I'm already back. I'm already fucking full of shit. Never mind.
He really wants a Nazi car, though.
I really do. Like, I've wanted one a lot. Like, you can ask Nubia, you can ask Chuck. This car is something that I have talked about since I was a kid.
There's a dude on here making a killing selling the Image First version.
I think it's insane.
How dare you say he's a dude?
What did Chad just say to me?
He's a they.
Either way. Sorry, I assumed his gender. What?
Send me a link so I can make my point just hard to type. Send Chad a link to make his point.
No.
Why not?
All right.
What? We've been on 2.5 hours. What's it matter now? You might have an interesting point to make.
His point is that he's going to have Ken-style internet.
Oh, dude. No, he doesn't have Ken-style internet.
What was that solo Wookiee, Chad?
Yeah.
All right. But anyway,
I've been bantering with Chad. Was almost like, I think I'm gonna buy a squareback and I will trade you comic books for one. And he was telling me the other day that if he really did that, I would think I would let him come over and fucking rummage through a little bit.
Yeah.
oh, whoops, I said the wrong thing.
Make sure you
No,
check
I don't know. I didn't say I would actually do it, but I said I would actually consider it. I might have said I would do it, but I would I would.
Now
actually
you're
think
backpedaling
about
again.
it.
You're doing that backpedaling thing again.
It's just hard. Like, I just want one so bad right now that it hurts.
Tim, everyone's telling you to shut up now. Everyone
sir.
wants Tim to shut up.
Clarence Worley. It ain't White Boy Day. Nah, man, it ain't White Boy Day. Where the fuck is Chad at?
All I know is that I am fucking toasted. I am
Me too.
chief and high as fuck.
So let's talk about
way more
while
Jim
we're waiting
Beam
for
than-
Chad to get on here, Kyle. Let's kind of talk about what we were talking about with the dude from Fantastic World today about DC Comics.
I thought you were just about to say about Fantastic Four and that other
No.
and John Krasinski.
No.
So DC announced today that they're going to start
Oh, here's
shipping books out again.
Here's Chad.
All right. What's up,
What up,
Chad?
brother?
All I was saying, because I agree with you on both levels, but the point I was kind of trying to make is like The Walking Dead #1 is a really high number book, so it's really high dollar value book. So 10 years down the road, you have to chase one book at like $3,000 to $5,000 versus you have to sell 20 books right now, and then 10 years down the road you have to chase those 20 books if you decide to get back into it, and some of those books could add up to way more money. So
My thing is just, why would I sell books that I'm passionate about? Like, The Walking Dead is something that I'm passionate about. Why would I sell something that I'm truly like? And I worked my ass off to get that Walking Dead one.
Yeah, I remember when you were like,
that's not a cheap book. That's a good find. Like, that's a
Yeah,
good score.
I worked my ass off to get it. Like it I had to hustle to get that book.
yeah, you were flipping books and
Sure. No, and believe me, man, I totally get that, because there's a ton of books and stuff that I have that, I'm like, fucking hell or high water, I'm not ever getting rid of that. But when it came down to that whole future outlook, okay, so one book exponentially, Walking Dead, because that's what we're talking about, increases in the next 10 years by $1,000. So now you're looking at $3,000 to get that book, because you can get on eBay and find them right now for like $1,500-1,800. So you're talking, give or take, we'll round up, call it $3,000 in 5-10 years. Okay, versus one of the Spider-Man 300s or the 300, 301, and then X-Men 266, they're going up.
because they made millions of those books.
It's very true. It's very
Those
true. Yeah.
those books.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah,
80s books.
266, 300. They made
I've seen people with. I've seen people with long boxes full of Spider-Man 300s.
I agree. I totally agree. But what if that Spider-Man 300 all of a sudden goes up another $400 plus that X-Men 266, a movie comes out. Now that one's, $1,400. So then you have Taskmaster because he's going to be in Black Widow. So now that book goes up another $300.
See, like, I think Taskmaster's topped out at a couple $100.
I mean,
The Taskmaster's going to start going down now.
And that's why I was like, you know what? Taskmaster's a book that's looked after right now. I'm not like particularly like, I got it just because it was a good deal for a key book.
Sure.
but it's not
Yeah.
something that like I sought after. Like Walking Dead books, like I worked really hard for those, and I did a lot to buy those books. Taskmaster, I bought it just because it was a key.
But
Right.
300
so
makes sense for you to sell because it's a backup copy. You have another copy.
And 300 makes it
And I-
exactly. And you know what? The original Spider-Man, but it's so stupid. My original Spider-Man 300 I got it for really cheap. I bought it for like $30.
Right.
I don't know how. I must have just got lucky at eBay. And I know I've told the story of the podcast before, and I'll tell it one more time. Is when the guy shipped me the book, I opened it up and there was a note in it. He said, "This book was personal to me and I had to sell it. You got it for a really good price. I hope it stays in your collection." And I messaged the guy back and I said, "It will never leave my collection. I made a promise to a random stranger and I'm going to keep it."
No, I totally get that. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate on 10 years.
We don't need two
road,
devil's advocates on
Yeah,
the show today.
10 years down the road, investment value wise, is it easier to chase one book at $1,000, profit raise, or is it easier to chase those other 15 books?
See, like I think Taskmaster, Spider-Man 300, I think those books will be easier to re-get for a decent price than a Walking Dead 1 will be.
I agree 100% because of
It's
the
a number of issues out in the world.
I just don't know that,
And it's never White Boy Day.
and I'm kind of on Tim's side a little bit, that I
I
don't
can't
know
mute
that
you, can I?
Dead's gonna hold like the way it's always gonna be something hot, but I don't know that it's gonna hold the fanfare for the next 10 years that it does now.
I think it will always be a book because there's so many Walking Dead fans, and there's so many fans that will be interested in collecting Walking Dead stuff because they're a fan. It won't be a $3,000 book. No, I'm 100% with that. But it's always going to be a high dollar book, just on the simple fact of the print run. And that's number one to a price of a book is how many are out there.
Right.
7,500 is not a lot for a comic book.
Would you rather have a 9.8 Walking Dead number 1 or a 9.4 or a 9.4 first appearance of Black Panther?
I 9.8 Walking Dead number 1.
I just
See, like I think the Black Panther would truly hold value longer.
I do too.
If
Because
they put necrophilia into the Walking Dead TV show, then I want the number 1
They already
Dead.
did. You missed it. You missed your boat.
But the Black Panther book is, is a book that's already hard to find, already
Cultural
hard to
icon.
find in high grade, and numbers of existence are a lot less. I don't think there's 7,500 of first Black Panther out there,
Right. No,
especially at a high grade. It's
Yeah,
not-
dude, your wife just hit it on the head. It's Nubia just said it becomes a cult. It became a cult classic. It's going to go up and down over the years as nostalgia hits, and they have anniversary stuff. It's going to go up higher. So,
I have taught her well.
Yes, you have.
and
And
I totally be wrong. But I'm not a huge Walking Dead fan. I like it, and I very much appreciate what it did.
Why can't I kick you out of here now?
For the comic market, what it did to bring zombies back into everything. Without Walking Dead,
Without Walking Dead, we wouldn't have shows like Preacher. We wouldn't have shows like anything that we have now. A lot of the
Umbrella
superhero
Academy
shows wouldn't be
The
here
Boys.
because of Walking Dead. The Boys. Yes, you're right. The Boys, Umbrella Academy, any of it would not be here because of Walking Dead.
you wouldn't.
They
have
would
that
not
new
be
boom.
optioning these odd, like Netflix would not be optioning these odd, out of the norm comic book stories because of this.
Agreed. That new Boom contract is very much a direct result from that Walking Dead. I totally agree with.
And that's the thing too is even going on 11 years in, Walking Dead is still the number 1 show on cable television. It far outproduces everyone else, even when they say, well, their ratings are down. Yeah, they're down, but they're still far above everyone else's. That's why they keep making spinoffs.
Yeah.
So it's still a very strong cultural book, even 11 years into the show.
It is, but will it hold? And on the other hand of that, what do they go up against on Sunday nights?
Football.
Well,
exactly.
Who won last Sunday night's football game?
What?
Who won last Sunday night's football game?
Well, we don't have football right now. It's
Walking Dead for seasons. It beat the
There it is.
Sunday Night Football.
But that's the thing, though, is it's earned its place. And like I've said over and over again now, it's the same. It's followed the same path as Star Wars, Star Trek, all Lord of the Rings, all this other stuff. It's culturally revolutionized our era, and it's gonna last, and it's gonna be. I don't think that book will ever be under an $800 book. It might not stay into the thousands, but it's not gonna be.
It'll always be will always be a nicely priced book.
And as time goes with the limited print run, as time goes and some of these other copies that aren't CGC'd get damaged or weather the storm, that print run and availability is going to go lower. So as that goes lower, the book's going to go higher. So
between damaged and just people that are just people like me who have taken that book and have just put it in their collection, I guarantee a quarter of these books have been put away and are out of circulation right now.
And I agree. And I agree it's low print run. But the only argument that I ever made was, will people still care about it in 10 years?
I think there will always be people that care about it. I think it will be. Yes.
And that is pure speculation if we know that people will care about it in 10 years. I'm not saying they're not.
From a collector standpoint, I think
the possibility will they?
It's going to be, if you can get it and you can get it, then you're going to get it.
I think it's always going to have Walking Dead is always going to have that cultural following, just like zombie movies in general, just like Night of the Living Dead does, just like Dawn of the Dead, just like, all these zombie movies still have a cultural following today. I think it's going to be one of those things that has always got that following.
Well, the reason most of so on the top 10, most of the reason why these books are on there are because of low print runs.
Check this out, Dad.
Say that something that's going in your favor is that in 10 years down the road, all these nerds that are in their mom's basement are going to finally reach adulthood, and they'll have money to buy that book.
Yeah.
And you'll see a lot more of the Walking Dead fan base that's that next generation coming in that's going to have more jobs. And I think that's a solid bet on your part for sure.
Dude, the next generation are not going to work.
Agreed, but the next generation, will zombies be something they're looking for?
I think zombies will always be. The fact of The Walking Dead, the point of what The Walking Dead has done will always be a reason why it will be sought after. Not every issue, but the ones worth getting will always be sought after.
Right, but the same people.
You just said it right. I'm right. You said it. Man. There's nothing you're going to say now. You agreed with me. That's it. End of story. Next topic. I'm just joking, Tim. No, I get what you're saying. You're right. There's a possibility that no one's going to give a fuck about it. But I think it's like Amazing Fantasy 15 or all these key books they're always going to be sought after. There's always going to be a group of people who are always looking for it.
So in that aspect, in 1973, did anybody have any idea that Amazing Fantasy 15 would be worth what it is now?
I guarantee there's a group of people that were like, this book is the book to keep. I guarantee there's people out there that were like, you know what? This book is it. This book is, we need to keep this book.
And in 1963, how many people were betting on different books.
There's always people that went Amazing Fantasy 15. This is the first. I guarantee there's people that this is the first appearance of Spider-Man. This is going to be something.
But to your point, people didn't look at comic books back then the way they do now. That's why you're finding Action Comic #1 stuffed in a wall for insulation, or you find comics in attics because they didn't look at books the same way they do now. They didn't look at them for the investment like they do now.
I guarantee there's people out there that did though.
Agreed, but at the same time, in 1963, when Amazing Fantasy 15 came out, how many other books came out that year that you know about?
There's all kinds of cool horror ones that came out that I have. Tales from the Crypt came out. Vault of Horrors came out.
How many do you know about compared to how many were printed compared to how many are relevant?
Well, so
there's too many. It's like I'm like you algebra, bro.
Right?
Yeah, right. And that's my point. So Walking Dead was hot. It was super hot, right? It was low print run. But now it's phasing down. And my only argument was that does the zombie aspect hold up? And personally, I think possibly yes, right? But investment-wise, who knows?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have held up. I'm sure zombies will.
Yeah, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in 1984 who had an eye on that?
That's kind of a hard.
A lot of people did because that book was even Ninja Turtles. That book was so mass-produced illegally and fakely printed.
What about Gobbledygook #1? Fucking A, Gobbledygook #1, man.
I have no idea what that is, honestly.
You never heard of? That's the first appearance of the Ninja Turtles. Gobbledygook #1.
Nope, no idea.
It came out before Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1, and I think they're on the back cover of an advertisement.
#1s came
something
out.
like that.
It's one of the most counterfeited comics in history.
Yes, fucking A, it is.
Turtles #1.
Yeah, but that's because it got so big. That's like, oh, I got to get a piece of that action.
Yeah.
But yeah, also sold a huge chunk of that to the child market. You're not going to see The Walking Dead hit that child market. It's kind of like it's like opening a bar versus opening a restaurant. A restaurant, you have that ability to get the whole family, whereas a bar, you're getting 2 people out of the 5 people family.
Well, you got.
But I think all ages watch The Walking Dead, though. I think that's a.
Yeah, zombies went from being scary to being something cool.
Then Nubia just said it too. I think anything post-apocalyptic is going to hold the appeal, and I agree because there's something behind post-apocalyptic stuff that people just get behind, and it's always there. That's one thing that's
home yet.
All through history has been a given. Is people's fascination with post-apocalyptic worlds.
I agree. If I was going to make a speculation bet on any of the things that came out in the last 10 to 20 years, I mean, Walking Dead is a super solid bet.
Yeah.
Super solid. As far as it's got zombies, it's got apocalyptic stuff. It's got a lot of stuff going for it. It's the first book run to hit a TV show and make it so successful. It's got so many things going for it, but I definitely see a big drop and then possibly a comeback for sure. And that was my only main point was, is it easier to chase one book at 1,000 or 20 books at 3,000 to 5,000?
I think right now, those overly mass-produced books will be easier to find. Like I think if I sold off 300s, first Taskmasters, X-Men 266s, most Spider-Man books, I think those will all be easier to acquire again for a decent price than a Walking Dead one for the next 10 years.
Yeah. That's first spec.
The one thing you have to think of is
that Kyle is awesome.
Well, that erroneous.
No, that's a good question. My brother asked if Walking Dead.
Little Matt, come here and just say it again. Don't fucking say it in the background. No, don't let him say it.
Did Walking Dead books go up because they're on Netflix now?
No, they went up once they were announced for a show, and once the show on AMC became popular, they really went up.
Well, now during the quarantine, I mean, how many other readers are, or how many other people are watching it, and then they'll be like, damn, I bet you,
I'm sure they've gained a lot of new fans over the course of this quarantine.
So that brings up a good point.
That DC is starting to sell books again starting next week.
If the shows get canceled, do the books go down?
No.
I think they'll level out, but I don't. They'll level out, yes.
Is the show still going on?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been postponed. It's because of fucking Rona.
There you go.
What happened to Green Arrow books when the Arrowverse came out?
They went up, but
yeah,
they didn't go ballistic though.
But they were a big part of the first speculation phase.
Yeah,
but Arrow's never had the impact that Walking Dead had.
No,
yeah, for sure.
No.
So, yes, I think the Walking Dead books will hold what they have now. They might go up a little bit, but do you think Rick Grimes holds the same clout that Spider-Man does?
No.
That can stand the test of time?
No. I mean, he can stand the test of time, but
Spider-Man, no.
He can stand the test of time, but he's nowhere near Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So that's my point.
What's your point?
Fucking
that he can stand the test of time?
It depends on the way the market goes, and it depends on how the future reader looks at it. What if you get
We're not comparing Rick Grimes to Spider-Man though? We're just saying,
there's a big turn going down the line that superheroes lose their appeal and people aren't into that. They want more realism. They want different types of books, a different type of hero, and then that's where Rick Grimes surpasses Spider-Man because people lose interest in that. People don't want that anymore. Look at like the times before comics. Most comics when in the 50s and 60s weren't superhero based. They were G.I. Joe, they were Spied, cowboys, it's changed. The industry has changed. Horror. The industry's changed. So who's not to say that they want to go back to that more realistic, different feel where superheroes just die out because they're too kiddie or they're not believable or we live in a world that those shouldn't exist. People don't get behind the superhero anymore because it's just not the culture. So, I mean, I think this whole argument, there's so many possibilities to look at.
There is. And it's not really a argument, but it's just I'm not sure that the Walking Dead
debate
value can stand a long-term test of time.
We'll see.
Well, it came out in 2003 and it's 2020 and
wow.
It's still there.
Yeah, the book came out in 2003, yeah.
The book came out in 2003. The show came out in 2008 ish.
Yeah, no, it would have been 2010 because they're on season 10.
Okay, so the book came out.
Let me Google it. I'm not 100% sure. I believe it came out in 2010, but let me.
And then it's been dying off not because the book is bad, because TV has been deferring from the book.
Well, but the show is still dying off, but it's still a highly rated television show. Even on Rotten Tomatoes, it's a highly rated TV show. Yeah,
It
October
is.
31st, 2010 was the day the first episode aired. So,
But on Sunday nights, it has low competition, aside from football. And everybody's not a football fan.
Nobody's watching football now.
I still think even if it wasn't even during the week, I think it's going to outperform most other things on TV.
It all depends on what night. Look at the X-Files. If you remember the
That
X-Files.
was on Sunday night.
No, X-Files started out on, I can't remember which night, and then moved to Friday night, and then moved to Sunday night.
I always remember being on Sunday personally.
Was it Wednesday? It was Wednesday or Thursday first.
Yeah, it shifted multiple nights, and then the last time it shifted, it died.
Yeah. Are we still talking about this?
Yeah, it's been a long conversation.
DC is going to start selling books again starting next week.
Are they going to sell Spawn?
Spawn?
Don't make fun of me because I mistyped, you asshole.
Clop.
Yep. Right.
With that, from what I heard today, they're going with a different publisher. They're not going through Diamond. They're going through two independent, smaller publishers to put.
Yes.
One of them's associated with what the fuck is that comic book store in New York?
Midtown.
Midtown.
My Comic Shop. What?
No, they're a affiliate of Midtown. I can't remember what the name of the company is.
They're walking away from Diamond, man. That could.
No,
be
they're not
huge.
walking away from Diamond.
They have an alternative.
Yeah, they're just getting alternatives.
So if this works, are they going to go back to Diamond?
So they're only releasing a small amount of books, and they're not popular books. They're not books that are selling mass quantities. So
yeah, they're not doing the big boys.
Yeah, like Tinian came out and said that you're gonna wait until June before you see Batman 92, which is the punchline stuff. So you're not seeing
Batman. You're not seeing Superman.
You're not seeing any
Sorry,
heavy
guys.
hitters.
I just got a package from Joel McHale.
More earpods.
Oh, I'm gonna, dude.
Oh shit!
Fucking dicks! Like can't fucking kick anybody out.
Oh
Son of a
shit!
bitch.
He said you too.
Fucking
Send me two. Two sets of AirPods.
I'm still so mad about that. I don't know why. I don't know why it bugged me so bad, but it just, it's because I just don't have a pair. I end up with this goddamn fucking Dr. Dre Beats wireless shit.
Maybe this extra son of a bitch was supposed to be for you, man.
Do you not like Beats, Kyle? Those Beats are sick.
They don't sound, they're not that great.
Sick ass Beats.
They're not like bassy, they're not loud, they're fine. I mean, I put them in my ears, they play music, I can answer my phone, I can do anything I want with them. But they're just like, it's not like loud and bassy. It's like they really like held back when they made those beats.
Have you tried those fucking earbuds? They don't have a bunch of bass and stuff in them. They don't have
All I know is the wired earbuds sound fucking awesome. And these I have the Beats 3 and they don't sound anything remotely as nice as the Apple fucking
Oh, I love the way the earpods sound. They sound perfect to me.
Yeah, the Beats 3, I have the wireless Beats 3 and they look like I have a Bluetooth in my ear and fucking
I remember
like it's 2006 and it's just fucking.
I like when you take them out of your ear, it'll fucking pause your song, and you put them back in and it plays again. Like there's all kinds of cool shit they do.
Yeah,
but
I'm not saying it sucks because I can't wear them. They kill my ears, man. They make my ears hurt so bad.
What, the earpods?
Yeah.
The Beats hurt my ears so bad until I got like calluses from them. Because they're not straight. They go like this.
Mm-hmm.
You have to stick them in your ear and they curve.
Yeah.
And so you have to like it's weird.
Yeah.
But they're bad. I mean, they're cool, man. Like, I can answer the phone with them. I can rewind. I can do everything I can with the earbud as the earpods do, but they just don't sound the same.
But back to the DC Comics.
Yes, we're back to DC Comics.
DC Comics.
I mean,
So if they're gonna do just the small runs, why do it at all?
Because they're just trying to get revenue,
eyes,
trying to help the supply chain.
I think what's going to happen is people are just happy to get comics again, and I think they're just going to go out and buy them because now they've got something to read, they've got something to go buy. I just think it's something there.
Okay, so what does that do for the Hot 10 list, Brian? What is that? How does that affect the spec market? Are they? Because I don't know. Maybe you guys have heard more than I do. So are they going to do a lower print run on a bunch of these oddball DC comics? So now we're going out and buying them because we're excited to have books again. And then all of a sudden we're going to see a spike in these books. And it's either because they're low print run, so 20 years down the road they're worth more, or it's a variant that's a super low print run. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's going to add a crap ton of variables in there.
Well, that's what I said. Is I think that one of the books that's going to be they're going to reprint third issue of Batman 89, third printing, is going to be part of this, and I believe a second printing of Nightwing 70 is going to be part of this. And they're going to
they're going to be replaying the Joker shit?
Yeah, and they're going to be a low print run, so that's going to mean that those third and second printings are going to be worth a lot more money because they're going to be a low print run and harder to find. And this is something that the comic shops have to opt into, so they have to partner with these people to get a part of this. So then how many shops partner with them? How many shops take advantage of this? How many shops, by the books that they're releasing, how many shops care? So that's going to make those third and second printings harder to find and worth a lot more money. So
yeah, agreed. I don't think my local LCS, since DC is going outside of Diamond and Diamond says they're going to open back up in May, I don't think they're going to go the around Diamond route. I think they're just going to wait and pick back up when Diamond says they're going to go.
But here's the thing with Diamond, though. They just furloughed a bunch of their employees. They don't have a bunch of employees. They said they don't have money. That's great that they want to reopen in May, but if they don't have the money to pay off their distributors, pay off the companies, they can't open back up, and they can't ship books. So we've talked to a shop owner here, and he basically said local shops owners are broke. He said they're broke. They're just trying to make their rent this month. They're broke. They don't have the money they've already paid the money to Diamond to get these books. They don't have the money to invest in more of these books from two different publishers now. So it's going to be interesting to see who can and can't afford to opt into this option. Because they're still being held. Diamond's still going to hold everyone to their obligations and their contracts and their shipping and all that once they kick back up. So
they are, and solicitations are 3 months in advance, right?
Yep.
So if you think about it, so I can't remember what issue it is. Don't hold my feet to the fire on it. So if April 27th, when DC says they're going back into solicitations or shipping books or publication or whatever, say it's Batman 91.
It'd be 92, but yeah.
It'd be 92? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, and whatever other books that were come out that week. So LCSs have paid for that. We're in April. They'll be paying for that back in January.
Right, and that's when we were talking to the shop owner today. He told us that, Batman 92, which was supposed to come out April 1st, got pushed till June. Their nut for the year was based on the sales from Batman 92. He said they ordered over triple what they normally do for that book. So
Joker, right?
Yep. So Batman 92 and Joker War were the two books that they were counting on being their nut and supplying their revenue source for the rest of the year.
Right.
Crazy. That book was going to sell that hot. I think it's crazy.
Well, that's the book they moved that Punchline variant cover to.
Yep.
Yeah, the Art Germ variant.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just think it's crazy, like the fact of these few books, man, will carry us the year. That's crazy how these speculative books truly help the comic book industry. Anybody who says it hurts it, talk to a shop owner, because I think they will tell you a different story.
Did he say that it did, or he had the data or numbers out?
He was
now?
pretty confident in what he said, that these were the books that they were counting on.
But did it? He should have already seen the sales, right? Because that book was, well, I guess it comes out.
They haven't come out yet.
Yeah, it hasn't come out yet. Because but this summer was supposed to be a big summer for Joker and DC, because you have the Batman Punchline stuff, you have the Joker War stuff, and then you had the 3 Joker storyline that was supposed to come out, and all that's been pushed aside now. And then my other question is, going down the road, okay, so DC starts putting out comics again, and they're putting out comics. In a couple weeks, we're going to get another dry spell because they're telling their artists and writers to stop working. So in a couple weeks, we're going to hit another dry spell, and we're going to be right back where we are now.
Books are always more than a few weeks ahead on books.
That they are, but like I was saying, if we're in April.
No, we're not going to talk about Walking Dead again.
No.
Dude, I am fucking stoned to the gills. To the gills, gentlemen.
So
good for you.
If solicitations are 3 months in advance, right? So our LCSs already purchased April's comics.
Right.
In January.
They've already paid for them. Yeah.
The day before Fantastic World Comics was going, before Arizona said, okay, all these non-essential stores are shut, they were making their 2 month in advance orders. Right. Even though everything was shut down, they were still making these orders just in case. So I think those books are there.
Right. But so if DC goes outside of Diamond, and Diamond is still holding our LCSs to these purchases,
there's whatever they bought, they're stuck to them.
Right. But how do you go outside of that through this extra party that DC is talking about?
You're going to order smaller numbers
and be able to afford.
And then you're going to take that hit later with Diamond. That's what's going to happen.
But can you afford to do that?
If it keeps you afloat, you're going to have to.
Yeah,
but how is it going to keep you? How is it going to keep you afloat?
Because you're selling books now, but then you're going to take a hit later with the books. But you're also going to be getting those books from the new distributor already.
Right. Right.
That's what I was going to say is, so they already ordered them. They're getting them when they come back.
Yes.
And they've already seen two of
them.
No.
When they come back, it's not when they come back. It's if they
and purchased them, so they're on the hook for them.
And Diamond's in the middle of most likely going to have to file bankruptcy if things keep going the way they're going.
Right. So they're not guaranteed to get all these books because Diamond is a distributor. And this is only the new deal is only with DC. It's not with everybody.
Right. Marvel's being very quiet about situations right now.
And I'm sure they're working on something too, because they would be fucking a bunch of dumbasses if they weren't.
Agreed, but we don't know that for fact.
I do.
What we know for fact is 3 months ago, our LCSs all paid and committed to buying books. And then we know for fact that, that DC is doing something different when it comes to the week of April 27th.
I think that Disney's going to buy DC.
That could happen. They could very well buy the distribution rights for it and publishing rights, and Warner Brothers would keep the hold of the movie rights.
You mean AT&T?
Well, Warner Brothers, AT&T, same thing, but
AT&T.
But that was the whole speculation before all this went down with the 5G stuff, and like that's what I said. It's very odd that DC was just a few weeks ago was just in the news saying that they're going to stop publishing and printing comics, and on the verge of closing their comic division. To now, they're leading the pack by trying to get things kicked back off. So
what I hear you saying is that Disney released the cold. So
no. So what I'm saying is that DC is obviously in trouble to where they've got to try and get things moving by any means necessary.
I think they're not in trouble, but I think according to their bean counters of AT&T, they're in trouble. But I don't think in actuality they are.
So,
agree with Kyle.
But I just know that we've heard from the source that this is hurting shops, and a lot of shops are going broke, and they're just trying to make rent.
My shop's going broke, dude. I need to buy a Volkswagen.
I can't even imagine right now being a comic book store holder. I mean, they gotta be dead.
Well, not all of them. People like Jesse are loving it right now.
Oh my God, he's making a killing right now on back issues. Like dude, I guarantee he's dancing a jig that he's not involved in this new comic. I would love to get him on to talk about this right now. That would be awesome. I so wish I should just message him and ask him.
He would do it in a heartbeat.
It's shops that didn't have online inventory and weren't involved online.
Like any shop right now that is saying, I don't like doing online sales, they're not going to be open after all this is done.
Very, very few of them.
Because if you're not slinging books online, you're being left in the fucking dust.
you also have to have the back issue stock to do that, or the back issue draw, the issues people are looking for.
Every comic book store has back issues.
Right, but it's got to be stuff that people's looking for.
Dude, you'd be surprised if you watch Jesse sell books. You would be surprised what everybody's buying up. People are buying right now. People are buying filler issues.
Yes,
there's a big market right now for everybody filling in their runs, and Jesse's making a killing on books you wouldn't think that are selling. Books that we normally say is, if you would bought a collection 2 years ago, you would have said, fuck these books. Jesse has taken those books and people are buying them out from under him faster than he can put them up, because people are filling in their runs right now because it's easy to do.
I just dropped $200 on ASMs, just middle, no key issues, just middle lot bullcrap.
Just $1 and $5 books.
Yeah, it's all down. It's $10, $15 books, $20 books.
People are buying up these low-dollar back issues right now. I go and dude, like, I applaud him every time I go, like every time he goes live. I wish I could get him on right now. I should message him, Brian. I'll message him. Seriously, he would be awesome to come on right now and talk about it.
He's actually doing a show right now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Because he fucking kills it. I sit there and I watch his live shows, and it blows my mind. Like, he's just like dollar, and people are like that one.
You know what he says to me every time I see him? He says, "You know, if only I would have taken Kyle's advice sooner."
Yeah, I told him for a fucking year, if not longer, dude.
What channel is it that he's having these auctions?
It's called the Comic Book
Shopping Network.
The Comic Book Shopping Network. If you look it up on Facebook, it's going all the time, different sellers, but Jesse's on there all the time. You go on there and subscribe and activate it, and he'll do local pickups, so you can drive and not have to pay the shipping fees, and hit him up, and you could just pick him up if you're local. Great dude, awesome dude, just to sit and bullshit. Awesome store, great guy, great place to buy comics. I mean, it's all their sellers on there, and they've got a lot of the big boys that are here locally. They've got Samurai. They've got Jimmy J from Amazing.
They've got some big boys.
They've got a lot of big boys that are selling books on there.
Yeah, big comic shops around the country,
and they're killing it, and it's awesome. And I applaud Jesse, and that's what Jesse says every time. Wasn't telling him to bullshit him. I told him because I knew that was an avenue that Jesse James Comics would kill it. And once he listened to me, and I guarantee he listened to me because of somebody else, but that's all right.
Does that dude have long hair?
What?
Does that
No,
guy?
that guy's name is Tom.
Else does he have long hair and kind of a beard, really, really high?
Who, Jesse?
Yeah, you said because he listened to somebody else. You guarantee it. Did that person, that somebody else, does he have long hair and a beard?
Oh, Brian? No, I guarantee it was somebody, one of the people. I think it's one of the people that he started this comic book shopping network with. Is they were like they were doing it live and he jumped in on it. But everybody should find them if you're looking for back issues. Jesse's got the deals, and it's awesome.
He put himself out there by stopping selling new books, man. He really said he bucked the trend, man. And everybody said he was going to fail.
And he did, man. He's fucking killing it. Like, you can get a credit card through his comic book shopping network to buy comics through him. It's insane.
He doesn't sell new books at all.
Nope.
But there's people on the channel that do.
Yeah, there's other people that do.
Samurai usually does, like, every Wednesday or Tuesday or Wednesday, they do a live show where they sell the new stuff.
Not lately.
No,
Right,
not lately. Nobody is lately, but
that he's a local, like, brick and mortar place that doesn't sell new books at all.
Nope.
Doesn't sell new books at all. He hasn't sold new books for 4 years.
I don't think it's been that long, but it's
3
been a while.
years. 3 years.
It's been a few years, yeah. He was tired of the bill. He was like, I can
He was
invest.
tired of Diamond's bullshit.
And he was like, I spent X amount of dollars on new books when I can go and buy a collection for that much money and triple my money and still give people good deals. Why don't I just do that?
Right.
Yeah, and he wasn't selling as many new books as he was old books.
Yeah, I have found, and I'll say this a million times on this show, I have gotten some of the badass deals because of Jesse.
Dude, he was just holding up a freaking Scrooge McDuck. Like a classic.
Dude, it's insane.
Yeah.
Dude, I pulled out, remember, like, the day I pulled out that X-Men 94, I fucking pulled it out, and I looked at Brian, and I looked at the book, and then I turned around and showed him, and fucking Brian's eyes got all big, too, and I was like, yeah, I can't afford this book. And I set it aside, and I set aside second appearance of Punisher, and we set a bunch of insane books aside. We're like, we'll never afford these because they're these books. And I walked him over, and I was like, I know these are going to be expensive, but what do you want to sell these for? And he's like, X-Men 94, $20. And I was
Holy
like,
shit, he's holding the Spawn VHS and comic package together, still sealed right now.
If you want, Chad, I have like 10 of those, bro.
Are you serious?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, they're right here.
right next to his
bowl of Cheerios.
whatever he showed us earlier.
His bowl of Cheerios and his glass of milk.
No, but those spawns he's talking about.
Long time.
I remember when I remember when you got some of those. Like, I remember you busted them out. These are it right here. These are good.
One of those in forever.
Yeah.
Brian's got them. But I mean, like I said, if you guys aren't checking out Jesse James,
Yeah, I'll definitely pay more attention to that.
Shameless plug.
oh, dude, he's a great guy.
I've heard a lot of really, really good stuff about him. In fact, that signed Star Wars, to my knowledge, came from him in his shop.
Oh, Chewbacca.
Yeah,
Dude,
signed Peter Mayhew.
He's got so many slab books in there. He bought a collection from like Boom. I bet you he's got a ton of those Lumberjane books and shit like that slabbed.
Yeah. No,
You know what he did? Sorry. Fucking eating and talking on the fucking pulling a Jose. I got the munchies.
You're already sitting there falling asleep and
Dude, I
talking
got
on your
the
phone,
munchies.
so you just
I got
had
the
a full Jose moment. So
Yeah.
Nobody
Munchies
can
like
hear
no
what
other.
you're eating, so you're good.
What was I gonna say?
I have no idea.
yeah, I have no idea.
Something about Jesse.
These pistachios are awesome.
I like turtles.
Yeah. Let me unwrap this candy real quick.
You were talking about his.
Are we recording?
He had a bunch of.
Boom books.
Yeah, he got a bunch of boom books. And
Oh, Jesse. Here's one, and Kyle knows this very well. Jesse was the first person to ever talk about Rick and Morty comic. People to buy it.
God, he would tell me, dude. He told me to buy Monstrous #1. I was like, yeah, I'll do that, and I did it. He said,
Jesse,
buy Rick and Morty. You're gonna thank me for it one day. And I was, nah, it's okay. He's like, all right.
Jesse owned probably 70% of all the Rick and Morty books that were printed at one point up when Rick and Morty was like at like issue 30. He bought all of Boom's remaining back issues. They have a Rick and Morty #1 that's like a 1 in 150 or 1 in a 50 variant, and they only made 50 of them. Jesse owned 47 of them.
Dude, it was crazy.
And
that market.
And he told everybody to buy #1s, and nobody would buy them. So he just started putting them in boxes. And #1 shot up to $400 a piece raw, and he had long boxes of them.
Oh my god!
And he said, "I told you guys to buy them. Nobody wanted to buy them."
I got to a point where I was like, if Jesse says, "Hey, you should buy this book," I've bought it. Ever since then, I don't know if any have actually panned out like that, but every time he says you should buy that book, but he doesn't sell new books anymore, so he doesn't do that. But after I caught on to I was like, fuck, I need to start listening to him. If he said buy it, I just bought it. You should buy 2 of those. Okay, Jesse.
Yeah.
Like we need to get him on the show to talk about this stuff because he will. It's crazy.
That'd be cool.
But what were you say? Go ahead.
It'd be cool to get more comics shop owners on. It's nice to have them on.
Feature a different comic book store owner all the time.
Yeah.
Well,
It's cool to hear everybody's different perspectives.
Jesse would have great perspective and insight right now.
Oh my god, it's insane. It would be insane.
Yeah.
I met him at the bar a while back. Me and Nubia did, and he lives, breathes, thinks, eats. It's comic books. So what you sit down and have it? I bought him a couple beers. We bought him a couple beers. We were hanging out with him. It was great that he came and hung out. I consider him a pretty good friend of mine. And dude, it was. I'm thinking about doing this. This is my next plan. This is what I'm thinking about doing. This is what's working. This is what's not. And he was just running through these cool ideas. And and the cool thing about Jesse is, if you give input to him, he takes it into consideration.
Well, how about this? Work on Kyle. Work on getting him on the show next week.
Dude, that dude has told me so. I couldn't tell you how many live shows he's made fun of me because he hasn't been on the show.
Well, let's get him
on next week.
Let's get him next week.
All the time to come listen to the show. I'll get a hold of him. I'll message him.
Get him next week. We've got some other stuff we're setting up too. Some other interviews we're gonna start setting up. Something that I might we have something coming up that I might want to get Tim and Chad both on for that episode.
No.
So for the
Chad and Tim on all this.
The Star Wars thing we got.
Sex toys.
No, it has to do with Star Wars.
I need to show Chad some more books so that I can get my Volkswagen.
Star Wars.
Star Wars to me is sex.
Star Wars.
What up? Selling my
sex toys.
On, it's go time.
Yeah, it's Kylo Ren sex toys.
Hey Tim, can you make keychains of Dickosaurus or Cockosaurus Rex?
Please tell me you can.
It's very much a possibility, Brian.
That would be awesome, bro.
Can you make it look like a Prince Albert, where the ring that you put your keys on goes through the dick?
Exactly.
Yes.
And they can have big balls too.
You should make a Tiger King one so you can put a lock on it.
Balls of them all.
Big
And they can say Absolute Geek on it.
Big is a relative term. How about average or comparative?
We don't do anything average here, sir.
Yeah, like regular, not huge balls, but like you see them.
Nicely proportioned to the size of the Caucasaurus.
Down the top of the shaft, it must say, "No, sir, that is an incorrect statement." And on the right nut has to be Kyle's face.
And it needs to have little arms. It's got to have little arms.
I'm sorry. I mean, the Caucasaurus had balls.
Oh yeah, it did have balls. Yes, that was awesome.
Yeah.
You have to forgive him. He's kind of high.
It's got to have hands.
Little arms, yeah.
Little arms. Yeah, if you could, all you need to do is add little arms and have it like a Prince Albert where the keyring goes through, bro. Throw the Absolute Geeks fucking logo on there. Game changer, bro. I'll buy that shit.
You say that.
You'll be the only one.
I'm not buying shit.
I'll buy one.
Whatever, you also put it in a dumpster and set it on fire.
All of that. Yeah, I want this. Until you tell them a price, I'm like, oh, never mind. I don't want that anymore.
Everybody wants a Kyle shirt until the Kyle shirts are out.
Yeah. Everyone wants a Kyle shirt until they have to pay for it.
Kyle shirt. In fact, I was sitting talking to Jen earlier, and she goes, "No, that's an incorrect statement." And I just started fucking laughing. She's like, "What's so funny?" And I explained it to her. And then when you guys first came on, she walked in here, and I kid you not, Kyle, not even 2 seconds later, goes, No, sir, that is an incorrect statement." And I looked at her, and she just started laughing. And I said, "See, you've got to get the shirt."
Everybody needs a shirt. The new one has the fucking Kyle autograph on it.
Yep. Link in the description below. But all right, so I think that's where we'll end it tonight. Anybody else got anything else?
Done.
Yeah, I'm about to pass out already again.
Anything else, anyone?
You're doing so well.
All right.
No, sir.
So Kyle, go ahead and let's see about getting Jesse James on for next week. But yeah, if you guys want to support the show, the best way to do that is buying the Absolute Geek merch. All of our t-shirts are available on our Etsy store. We have that. Yep, the one Kyle's wearing, the "No Sir, That's an Incorrect Statement" shirt. The link is below to our Etsy store, and specifically the Kyle shirt, so order those there. All proceeds go. Damn, you got us all. All proceeds go to support the show and back into the show to help us buy fabulous new gear, like the gear I just purchased for the show for doing on-site interviews. Road, message to Road, you should sponsor the show since I pretty much own almost every single piece of your gear for this show. The mic
Fucking A, where you at, Road?
Yeah, the mic I'm using, the boom I'm using, the board I'm using, the new mic I just bought. So sponsor the show, Road.
Joe McHale should buy AirPods.
Right here, bitches.
Kyle's mic. Yeah, Joe McHale should sponsor the show by sending Kyle a free pair of earpods.
Please, Joel, send me a pair of
Joel or Netflix. But in all seriousness, the best way to support the show, if you want to, is through our Etsy store buying the gear. Or if you want to donate to us on Patreon, we have good tiers on there that you can be a part of. Or just dropping us a like and subscribe. That helps too. If it's your first time watching us on YouTube and you had a good time tonight and you hung out with us for all 3 hours, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Turn the bell on for notifications so you're aware when we go live every Friday night at 7:30 p.m. Arizona time. If you're listening to this playback on Monday, make sure to leave us a review on any of your podcasting platforms. It helps us tremendously.
A good one.
In the podcasting standings and algorithm.
I don't believe Matt when we say we want bad ones. Fuck off. Only leave us good ones.
All right. So that's for this week's episode of the Absolute Geek Podcast. I am Matt.
I am the guinea pig prince.
I'm Brian.
I'm Tim, not Corbin.
Solo Wookie.
And we'll see you guys next week. Remember to wash your hands and stay safe, everyone. Social distancing and all that.
Ticketmaster, give me my fucking money back.
What's the algorithm?
What kind of algorithm? Sonny, I don't believe in them computers and them algorithms. Goddamn young kids. Fuck them algorithms.